Chapter 576. Shenyan, what are you doing? I'm still playing. There are only 10 people left. It's a crucial moment, Lu Shuang complained and pushed her. I'll help you. Go take a shower, Shenyan said in a commanding tone. I don't want to. I'll do it myself. Then I'll go take a shower. You can take a shower after I'm done, Shenyan said meaningfully. Go take a shower. She only wanted him to leave her alone. Shenyan got up from the bed and went to the washroom. Lu Shuang hurried to play the game. Shenyan took a shower and dried her hair. When she came out, Lu Shuang was still playing. It's your turn. Wait. There are only 6 people left. Our opponents are also in a team of 3. They're stronger than us. We can't beat them. If we lose, all my time will be wasted. Lu Shuang was anxious. Go take a shower. I'll help you win. Shenyan sat down beside him. Lu Shuang knew that Shenyan was more skilled than him, so he immediately let her win. Shenyan skillfully operated the game. She used her skills, moved, hid, and summoned. Lu Shuang didn't go to take a shower. He sat beside her and stared at the computer. Let's retreat first, Shenyan said to her companions. She dodged and ran to the shop. He saw that Lu Shuang had 15,300 yuan. He bought a one-time Thunderbolt Strike, 2 health potions, and 1 mana potion. Damn, that Thunderbolt Strike costs 5,000 yuan. It's not worth it. I only get 1,000 yuan for 1 win. This is the biggest bug in the game, okay? Lu Shuang complained. Otherwise, how can this game make money? Some people don't care about money. They only care about winning, Shenyan explained. Killing intent flashed in her eyes. She looked quite handsome when she was cold. Lu Shuang twitched the corner of his mouth. She was talking about him. You have to compensate me for this 5,000 yuan. I worked hard to earn it, Lu Shuang muttered. Got it. After Shenyan recovered, he sent a message to his companions. Get ready. I bought a Thunderbolt Strike, which can reduce the opponent's learning points by 1,000. Let's change the opponent's special forces first. His stealth and Thunderbolt Strike are impossible to defend against. He's so handsome. He must be rich, Lu Shuang's companions said. Shenyan ignored them. Anyway, they wouldn't be able to hang out with Lu Shuang from tomorrow on. Lu Shuang watched as he annihilated the opponent's special forces. Wow, I leveled up. I'm level 6 now. Wahaha, wahaha. Lu Shuang shouted happily. After Shenyan defeated the enemy's SWAT soldier, Lu Shuang's hero became the target of public criticism. Everyone was targeting him. His hero's HP was low, so he quickly typed, "Comrades, cover me. I'm counting on you guys." He ran quickly. His teammates stopped the other 2. He kept running and released the little tiger. The little tiger turned around to help. My hero is a little weak. He has 2 little HP. Lu Shuang felt that she was going to win, so he relaxed. Shenyan controlled the little tiger. She looked at the computer. You can take a shower now. Okay, Lu Shuang replied. But he didn't leave. His eyes were fixed on the computer. Shenyan turned around and looked at her. She raised her voice and said, "Shower." Got it. Lu Shuang took his clothes and went to the washroom. He came out within 15 minutes. His hair was washed, but he didn't dry it. Shenyan looked at him and frowned. Why don't you dry your hair? You'll have headaches when you get old. I can dry it myself, Lu Shuang said nonchalantly. He sat in front of the computer. Turn off the computer. Shenyan ignored him. She got off the bed and took the hairdryer from the washroom. She plugged it in and saw that Lu Shuang had turned on the computer. She said unhappily, "You're not going to sleep? What time is it?" You have to adjust the rules of the game. If you don't play now, you won't be able to meet such a good teammate tomorrow, Lu Shuang said seriously. Shenyan snatched the mouse from her hand and turned off the computer. Lu Shuang glared at Shenyan and turned on the computer again. He said helplessly, "It's very late. I'll tell them that they won't adjust the rules of the game tomorrow. You can be late for 1 more day. Is that okay?" Lu Shuang smiled. "Then you have to promise me that you won't ban me forever." "No, I won't ban you forever," he promised and blew her hair. Lu Shuang grinned. That would be the best. She was a little tired from playing today. She lay on Shenyan's lap and let him blow her hair. Her pajamas assaulted her. Shenyan blew her hair so comfortably that she wanted to sleep. She closed her eyes and really fell asleep after a while. He looked at her sleeping helplessly. He carried her to the bed and covered her with the blanket. He did not leave her room and propped his head up to look at her. She did not sleep well. She turned over and pressed the side of her face against the pillow, squeezing out the flesh. Her legs came out from under the blanket and clamped the blanket. Shen Yin smiled dotingly and was ready to sleep. She lifted the blanket and saw the gift bag from the Prime Minister. She was really a casual person. She took the gift out and saw that it was indeed a blue fairy. Mai had bought it at an auction in Denmark a long time ago. Such an expensive necklace was actually on her. She did not give it to Hua Zixing, but gave it to Lu Shuang. He thought about how Mai wanted her to marry his brother and felt a little annoyed. He threw the gift box on the table. She was attracting bees and butterflies all day long. He should make her fattened up so that no one else would covet her except him. He hugged her in his arms and went to sleep. Lu Shuang woke up especially early that day. Thinking that he only had one day to train properly, he did not even want to sleep. He got out of bed and went to the bathroom to brush his teeth. Shen Yin also opened his eyes. He had to send the Prime Minister and his wife off in the morning and could not sleep too much. He got out of bed and went to the bathroom. Lu Shuang was already coming out. He hugged her waist and kissed her on the forehead. I have to send the Prime Minister and his wife off in the morning. Come with me. No way. I woke up so early to play games, not to accompany you to send the Prime Minister off. All the cells in Lu Shuang's body were saying no. Shen Yin saw that her eyebrows were knitted together and was in a good mood. You don't want to go? Then what do you mean? Lu Shuang tiptoed and kissed him on the cheek. That's it. Shen Yin was obviously not satisfied. You haven't brushed your teeth. Lu Shuang said with disdain. Got it, Shen Yin said and let go of Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang hurried out and turned on the computer. He logged into the game page and went to pick out clothes, put on makeup, ate breakfast, and went shopping. When Shen Yin came out, she was shopping. He had no choice but to hug her shoulders and kiss her lips. The sweet smell of toothpaste rushed into her nose. She didn't forget what Shen Yin wanted. She didn't want to be restrained and send him off. She responded to him, and her red tongue entered his mouth, stirring his breath. He went deeper, and his hand reached under her loose clothes. Chapter 577. She quickly moved away and changed the topic. I'm hungry. Shen Yin's eyes shimmered as he said, dotingly, I know. I didn't feed you properly yesterday. Lu Shuang was speechless. After all, she was already at the stage of maturing. She immediately understood what he was referring to. I'm really hungry. I'll only have the energy to work when I'm full, right? Lu Shuang smiled slyly. He thought that if she stalled for some time, he would have to leave because he had to send the Prime Minister and his wife off. Shen Yin smiled. All right, let's have breakfast first. Do you want to eat downstairs or in the room? Oh yeah, Hua Zixing's sister came yesterday. Did you see her? I saw her and hid. She didn't see me. Lu Shuang grinned. I'll eat in the room. I don't have much in common with them. Be prepared. Hua Rue will be staying here for a few days, Shen Yin reminded him. A few days? Then wouldn't she know that you and Hua Zixing are sleeping in separate rooms? Lu Shuang had a bad feeling about this. Her family knows about Hua Zixing's situation. They also know that we have an agreement to get married, Shen Yin explained. But she doesn't know about our situation. You have to control yourself in the future. I'm your assistant. Do you understand? You'll die sooner if you show off your love, Lu Shuang reminded him. Shen Yin smiled. I've told Hua Zixing about our relationship. We're business partners. Even if I didn't say it, she would have told her sister. Then tell Hua Zixing not to tell her sister. I'll be embarrassed. Lu Shuang became awkward. Got it. Wait for me in the room. Shen Yin agreed and went out. He walked to Hua Zixing's door and knocked. Hua Zixing was already up. She had put on exquisite makeup and smiled when she saw Shen Yin. Where's your sister? Shen Yin asked. She won't wake up before 10 o'clock. She's still a child, Hua Zixing said gently. Shen Yin entered her room. Hua Rue still doesn't know about my relationship with Lu Shuang, right? I didn't say that there's no need for trouble. She came here for a blind date with Xing Buhua, but Xing Buhua rejected her. She's not happy about it. After a month, she should be relieved and go back to Country M. Hua Zixing said gloomily. I didn't expect Xing Buhua to reject her. Now, with the influence of the Hua family in the M nation, it would be of great help to him if he got married. Moreover, you are the president's wife. Shen Yin was also suspicious. Could it be that he has someone he likes, or has a better target? Or maybe he wants to try it out on his own? Hua Zixing guessed. I'm not sure. He appeared out of nowhere. Not only does he have no weaknesses, but there are also too many uncertain factors. Moreover, he entered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which is directly under my management. The people in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs used to be my confidants. My subordinates reported that he is unfathomable and very decisive. I have a feeling that he will become my #1 enemy. I have to be careful, Shen Yin said solemnly. I'll send a few people from Phantom out to see his reaction. Hua Zixing asked. Give it a try. Don't show any flaws, Shen Yin reminded. I know. Also, don't tell anyone about my relationship with Lu Shuang. Yin Hua Zixing paused. Although the Nangong family is not as powerful as the Hua family in Country M, there's still a respectable family in Country M. In some ways, the Hua family needs their support. Everyone's interests were tied together. This time, it was her fault, but she got what she deserved. Now, she has a fever and is lying in bed in a daze. I don't want it to happen again. If you want to prevent it from happening again, I'll arrange a blind date when she recovers and betroth her to a good man, Shen Yin said solemnly. Hua Zixing wanted to say something, but stopped. She couldn't possibly say that the agreement between her and Nangong Yu was for her to become his concubine. There's no rush. We'll talk about it after she recovers. I'll ask for her opinion and let you know when the time comes. Shen Yin went to the kitchen and asked someone to send breakfast to his room. He went upstairs to check on Lu Shuang. She was already sitting in front of the computer playing games. Shen Yin frowned. How old are you? Why are you still like a girl addicted to the internet? I'll play today if I have time. Aren't you going to have a military parade tomorrow? I won't be free anyway, Lu Shuang said as she stared at the computer. Shen Yin sat next to her and looked at her deeply. Shuang, have you ever thought about marrying me? Lu Shuang felt that the topic was a little heavy. She had never thought about marrying him. Even during those 2 years, she knew very well that it was impossible for them to be together. I've dreamed about it, Lu Shuang said. She had really dreamed about marrying him and had woken up in shock. The corner of Shen Yin's mouth twitched. He was satisfied with this answer. He rubbed Lu Shuang's head and said meaningfully, All right, go ahead and play. Make the most of your time. Lu Shuang didn't like it when he rubbed her head. She felt that he was like an elder. She was older than him. Well, she was just a few months older than him. She turned around and rubbed Shen Yin's head. After messing up his hair, she smiled in satisfaction. Shen Yin looked at the smile on her face. In the past, he hated it when people messed up his hair. Other than the hairdresser, no one else was allowed to touch it. However, even if she messed up his hair, he didn't care at all. His heart was filled with ripples. He lowered his head and covered her lips with his. Lu Shuang protested. This guy was doing it again. He was so annoying. What she didn't know was that the more she protested, the more he wanted it. He kissed her deeper and deeper. His hands went under her clothes, lifted her clothes, and moved his kiss downwards. Lu Shuang could speak now. She resisted and said, I'm playing games. I'll die soon if you do this. He kissed her lips again deeply and said, Do you want me to change the adjustment time to Tuesday? Yes. Lu Shuang immediately became soft. She wrapped her legs around his strong waist and said, Give me another 300,000 yuan. Money can't last long. It'll be gone after buying a few things. Got it, he said dotingly and lowered his head to kiss her. The door was pushed open. Nangong Yu was standing at the door with a plate in her hand. Lu Shuang was shocked. When he realized that someone had come in, he immediately let go of Shen Yin and crawled into the quilt. Chapter 578. Nangong Yu looked at Shen Yin, feeling wronged. It was one thing to know that he was with Lu Shuang, but it was another thing to see them kissing. In her mind, Shen Yin was holy, noble, and pure. He would never have sex with a woman casually. He looked evil, but he was very clean. That was why he was deeply in her heart. But just now, if she hadn't come in, they might have had a fight. Whenever she thought of Shun Yin and Lu Shuang having sex, she would be extremely jealous. It was as if a fire was about to ignite her. She felt so uncomfortable that she was about to explode. "Didn't you order someone to send breakfast up?" Nangang Yu said in a strange tone. Her tone was very bad. "Knock on the door? Get out. You're not the one to do this." Shun Yin ordered coldly. Nangang Yu turned around. The more she thought about it, the angrier she became. She spat into every bowl and put the plates on the table. Lu Shuang popped his head out of the quilt and looked at the door suspiciously. He asked, "Does that woman like you?" "So, I can't keep her here. I'll arrange a blind date in a few days and marry her off," Shun Yin said in a low voice. "You're quite nice to her. She can marry whoever she likes." Lu Shuang's eyes were sparkling. "Then, if you hate me in the future, will you arrange a blind date for me too?" Shun Yin knocked her head hard and said through gritted teeth, "You'd better not make me hate you. If I hate you, I promise that you will never find a man again, let alone a real gun. Then you're so evil. You don't want me anymore, but you won't let me find someone else. What the hell is that? Besides, what is a real gun?" Lu Shuang was annoyed. He dragged her in front of him and tore off his pants, telling her what was real. It was already half an hour later when they finished. Lu Shuang was angry. Wasn't this guy going to see the Prime Minister couple off? He was way too patient. In the end, he made her want it, but he just wouldn't give it to her. She was furious. How could there be such a hateful person? The thought that he was disgusted with her and wanted to cut her off from other men made him even more vicious. When he was young, he would look at it. When he was old, he was right. "Did you feel good just now?" Shun Yin asked after she came out of the shower. Lu Shuang rolled his eyes at him. "Do you think it's possible for you to say this to a person who is about to starve to death?" Shun Yin got it. "I'll go get some food for you now." Shun Yin walked out and saw the tray on the table. She picked it up and sent it to the kitchen. She ordered the chef, "Throw this away. Also, when I ask you to deliver food in the future, remember, don't let it go through anyone, not even the madam. Understand?" The chefs looked at each other and nodded respectfully. "Understood." Lu Shuang ate the breakfast that the chef sent over. It was a Hong Kong breakfast with delicious steamed seafood dumplings and rice noodle rolls. It was delicious with Chinese soy milk. She continued to play the game and tried her best to level up. After 3 hours, she had reached level 8. Shun Yin was quite reliable. She received a notification from the system that the 300000 had been transferred to her account. After finishing the game, she went to the mall to buy an awesome Beast Tamer transformation suit. It was very expensive, costing her 120,000 gold coins. However, after wearing the suit, her Beast Tamer combat value increased by 100, and her HP increased by 500. She only had 500 HP before. Her MP increased by 100, and her stamina recovery speed increased by 2. She went to buy a healing ring, a pair of gale boots to increase her escape speed, and a divine shield to reduce the damage taken by 20%. However, it was also very expensive. This shield cost her 50,000 gold coins. She bought 2 invincibility, 1 heal, and 10 chicken nuggets. She only had 120 gold coins left. After buying it, she went to the toilet. When she sat down, she felt that there was something under her, but she adjusted her position and found that there was still something. She stood up and looked at the blanket. She wondered if Shun Yin had put something there, but it didn't seem right. She had been sitting there when she was playing the game. There was nothing there. She pulled the blanket away and screamed. She instinctively took 5 or 6 steps back. 2 grayish-brown snakes were entangled together with triangular heads. Although she couldn't tell what kind of snakes they were, she had some common sense. Triangular heads meant that they were poisonous snakes. There were 2 poisonous snakes in her room. She was scared to death. Once she was bitten by this thing, she would be as good as dead. She rushed out of the room and grabbed the butler's hand. She said incoherently, "My room. There are 2 poisonous snakes in my room, on my bed. There might be more. It's so scary." "How is that possible?" The butler was shocked. He called for the 2 guards and went upstairs together. Nangang Yu screamed and ran out of the room. "Snakes! Snakes! There are snakes in my room. It's so scary." The butler's face darkened. He rushed to the president's room with his men. Nan Gongyu's face was gloomy. She rushed to Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang looked at Nan Gongyu and ran away. There are snakes in your pocket. Don't come over. Ah! Nan Gongyu screamed and ran to Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang ran even faster. Fortunately, she had been training her body before, and her sports fitness training had improved. Soon, Nan Gongyu was far behind. A few cars drove over. The car in the middle stopped abruptly. Xinyan got out of the car and caught up with Lu Shuang. He caught up to Lu Shuang, who was running wildly, and held her hand. He asked worriedly, "What's wrong?" "Xinyan, there are poisonous snakes in your room. There are so many of them. They're on my bed. It's disgusting. I want to leave. I don't want to stay here," Lu Shuang said with fear. She was not afraid of anything, but she was very disgusted when she climbed on those twisting snakes. Thinking of the two snakes on the bed, she had goosebumps all over her body. She even sat on the snake's body. Her whole body was uncomfortable, and her whole body trembled. She found it very cold. "How is that possible? You said there are snakes in the president's room?" "There are people in the president's room to deal with them. There can't be snakes. They are poisonous snakes. They have triangular heads and brown bodies." Lu Shuang shrank his neck and made a triangle above his head with his hands. Xinyan gritted her teeth. Her eyes were fierce. She was covered in a cold and murderous aura. She ordered coldly, "Find out who it is. Throw them into the snake pit and let them suffer the consequences." Yes, Colonel Chung could tell that the president was angry. He immediately got into the car and brought his men to the villa. Hua Zixing got out of the car worriedly. She had a bad feeling. She looked at Nan Gongyu in the distance. Chapter 579. He comforted Lu Shuang, but his voice was trembling and his eyes were slightly red. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. He glanced at Shun Yin and met his seductive eyes. "I think I'm really lucky. I was playing games and didn't notice the snakes in the room. When I found out, the snakes had already crawled into my blanket and didn't hurt me. The person who released the snakes wanted you to die in an accident. I don't believe that so many snakes appeared in the president's office all of a sudden, and they're poisonous snakes," Xinyan said with certainty. Lu Shuang was a little scared as he thought about it. She just ran out in her underwear. She didn't notice when she was running, but now that she had calmed down, she realized that it was really cold. Xinyan was too worried and didn't notice that she was wearing very little. After calming down, he realized it too. He took off his coat and wrapped it around her. "Get in the car first. It's warm in the car. Don't catch a cold." Lu Shuang tugged at his sleeve. "I don't want to go back. There are snakes. Let's stay in the car first." Xinyan opened the car door, and Lu Shuang got into the front passenger seat. As the driver, Colonel Chung had gone to the villa first. Xinyan sat in the driver's seat and turned on the heater, facing Lu Shuang. Hua Zixing got in the car with a heavy heart and sat in the back. Xinyan looked ahead coldly and asked, "Zixing, if someone tried to murder you, what do you think they should do?" Hua Zixing's heart skipped a beat. "I think the person who released the snakes was just warning Xiao Shuang. If they really wanted to murder you, they wouldn't have used such an unexpected method. Who do you think it is? What kind of warning?" Xinyan asked again, his tone even colder. Hua Zixing remained silent and didn't speak. Lu Shuang realized that something was wrong. He turned and looked at Hua Zixing. "It's you?" "Of course not. I can't wait for you to stay in the president's office every day and be happy. Why would they use such a method to scare you away?" Hua Zixing denied immediately. "So it's Nan Gongyu?" Lu Shuang guessed again and frowned. "I don't know. I don't dare to make any careless assertions." Hua Zixing had a troubled expression. Her eyes were misty, making her look lovely. Lu Shuang didn't have the heart to ask more questions. He said to Shun Yin, "After I rushed out of the room, Nan Gongyu also rushed out of her room and said that there were snakes in her room. When she ran towards me, I saw a snake in her pocket." Hua Zixing became even more worried. "Yin, Hua Rui is my younger sister. If she has done anything wrong, it's all my fault as her elder sister. I didn't restrain or regulate her behavior. If you want someone to fall into the snake pit to vent your hatred, then I'm willing to take her place. I'll teach my younger sister well. She's still young and has been taught by my father. My mother spoils him too much," Hua Zixing choked with sobs. Shen Yin didn't drive the car. She looked ahead solemnly. Zixing, don't force me. A ruler doesn't go back on his words. I've already told my subordinates. I know. I did it willingly. I don't blame you. Hua Zixing's eyes turned red and tears flowed down. Lu Shuang couldn't bear to see it. He wanted to say that it was fine, but then he thought about how that person released a snake. It was a poisonous snake. She was lucky that she didn't get bitten. Otherwise, she would have died. With her character of abhorring evil, she really couldn't let it go so easily. Shen Yin was also silent for 3 seconds. Are you trying to force me onto the path of inhumanity and injustice? If I force my wife to fall into the snake pit, how will my subordinates look at me? How will the people outside look at me? You got a good reputation and saved your younger sister, but I'll be called a tyrant. Besides, it wasn't your fault in the first place. I can't punish you. Hua Rui is my mother's most beloved daughter. If you do this, they'll definitely hate you, Hua Zixing reminded. Aren't you also your mother's most beloved daughter? Shen Yin glanced at her coldly. A gentleman's mistakes are the same as his fate. She released the snake to harm others, so she should have known that this would happen. Also, the person who released the snake shouldn't be your younger sister. What? If it's not my younger sister, who could it be? Hua Zixing's eyes were filled with hope. Shen Yin's lips curled up. Nangonyu. Hua Zixing's eyes dimmed again. She frowned. I already warned her yesterday. How could it still be her? So, she definitely can't stay in the president's residence anymore, Shen Yin said with certainty. She started the car. A complicated look flashed across Hua Zixing's eyes. She had been by Shen Yin's side for 3 years. Shen Yin's judgment had never been wrong. Yin, I think you know Nangonyu's identity. She's the 3rd daughter of the Nangong family. Although the Nangong family isn't as powerful and influential as the Hua family, they're still considered a tyrant in Country M. Nangonyu came to Country A with me. Her parents have high hopes for her. If you let her die in Country A, I'm worried that her parents will punish you and pressure the Hua family. So, Shen Yin asked. It didn't matter at all. If the Hua family doesn't give me an explanation, he'll definitely sue the president. Although the president is my father's brother, the Hua family and the Xiang family are fighting fiercely. If the president doesn't pressure the Hua family, the Xiang family will have an excuse to impeach the Hua family. The Nangong family will also side with the Xiang family. This will shake the Hua family's power, and the Hua family's power will be smaller. How can they support you? These are all mutually reinforcing relationships. Yin, please think twice, Hua Zixing said anxiously. Shen Yin stepped off the car. Lu Shuang's heart tightened. She didn't understand politics, but she could still understand what Hua Zixing said. These were all deeply intertwined relationships. If she were to make a move, it would affect the foundation. It seemed that this matter would be left unsettled. She was still a little disappointed. However, compared to power, she was as light as a feather. She must guard against Nangongyu in the future. Otherwise, she would die before she could take revenge. Shen Yin held Lu Shuang's hand firmly, as if she was giving him a promise. Lu Shuang looked at Shen Yin in surprise. Their eyes met, and he saw her disappointment. He didn't want her to be disappointed again. After she left, he blamed himself every day. If he could have loved her a little more, would she have been reluctant to leave him? He turned around and looked at Hua Zixing coldly. So, Nangongyu's matter must not be spread to Country M. You understand, Hua Zixing? What? Hua Zixing was terrified. Shen Yin's gaze made her panic. Her life is a life. My woman's life is more precious in my eyes. So, Nangonyu's life is mine, Shen Yin said with certainty. Lu Shuang's heart trembled violently. It was as if he had been hit by something. His eyes were locked and his mind went blank for a few seconds. Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 580. Do we really have to do that? You're not such an irrational person. If Nangongyu dies, it won't just affect the Hua family, it'll affect you too. Your position is already in danger. Hua Zixing looked at Shen Yin in disbelief. Shen Yin curled her lips and said nonchalantly, "If the Nangong family wants to betray us, I guarantee that they'll disappear from America within a year." Hua Zixing lowered her head. Her long eyelashes covered her face, hiding the strange emotions in her eyes. Lu Shuang didn't want Shen Yin to ruin herself for her. If that happened, she would feel guilty and uneasy for the rest of her life. "I have an idea." "What is it?" Hua Zixing looked at Lu Shuang with hope. "If it was really Nangong Yu who did it, I think she's only so fearless because she's from the Nangong family. If I don't punish her properly, I'll probably die again. I cherish my life, and I don't want to die yet," Lu Shuang said. Hua Zixing didn't expect him to say this in front of Shen Yin. It was the complete opposite of what she had expected. Shouldn't she be begging for mercy for Nangong Yu? All the female leads on TV acted like that. But if she dies, it'll be hard to explain. After all, in the eyes of the Hua family and the Nangong family, I'm as insignificant as a feather. Besides, I'm not dead yet. Why should their daughter die? They feel it's unfair and angry. If I were Nangong Yu's parents, I wouldn't be able to take it lying down, Lu Shuang said. He continued. Hua Zixing's hope was reignited. She looked at Lu Shuang and reminded him, if Nangong Yu is hurt, it'll cause a political war. Send her back to America and tell the Nangong family what she did. That way, they'll feel guilty and I'll be safe, Lu Shuang said. This time, she was being merciful, for the sake of too many emotions that she couldn't even understand. No, Xiaoyu won't be able to take it lying down. She knows about your relationship with Ian. If she casually criticizes you on the internet, it'll be a huge blow to Ian. Those people in the political arena love to make groundless accusations. Hua Zixing stopped her. Lu Shuang shrugged. She didn't know what to do, so she pursed her lips and didn't say anything. Shen Yin's fingers tapped on the steering wheel, a sharp glint in his eyes. Hua Zixing, you understand. Nangong, you can't return to the country. I can't let her off for bullying my woman. Hua Zixing wanted to say something, but stopped. If I can't even protect her, how can I answer to the Nangong family? Can you give me some face and not kill her? Why don't you help me think of a way to not kill her, but to punish her and keep her from returning to China? Shen Yin asked coldly. Hua Zixing clenched her fists and lowered her head. Shen Yin drove. Hua Zixing said slowly, if it's confirmed that she did it, prepare 10 non-poisonous snakes and put them in a vat. Let her stay in a vat for 10 minutes as punishment. I will warn her again. If she does it again, I won't give her another chance. She won't do it again, Shen Yin said with certainty. He stopped at the door and looked at the pale Nangong Yu sharply. Nangong Yu walked over and said to Shen Yin, it's so scary. There's a snake in the room. I was almost bitten. Shen Yin opened the car door and got out of the car. He looked down at her. You came out of the room. You're wearing quite a lot. I was about to come out for dinner and saw the snake by the bed, Nangong Yu explained. Hua Zixing also got out of the car and looked at Nangong Yu with a complicated gaze. Really? I heard that there were snakes in your pocket too? Shen Yin scrutinized her eyes. Yeah, I was scared to death. A snake even crawled into my pocket, Nangong Yu said in fear. Which pocket? Where's the snake now? Nangong Yu paused. I don't know. I crawled and the snake bit me, so I ran for my life. I don't know where the snake went when I was running. Colonel Chung, Shen Yin shouted. Colonel Chung came out of the room respectfully. Hua Rui and her old servant came out of the room and walked to Hua Zixing. Sister, what's going on? They said there were snakes in the room. This has nothing to do with you, right? Hua Zixing asked in a low voice. Hua Rui shook her head. I don't know what happened. Hua Zixing nodded and didn't say anything else. She sighed with a terrible expression. Check her pocket, Shen Yin ordered. Colonel Chung obeyed and searched Nangong Yu's pocket. Shen Yin saw the tape on Nangong Yu's pocket and looked at her coldly. What else do you have to say? What else? I don't understand what you mean, President. Nangong Yu said in a panic. She moved closer to Hua Zixing and asked for her help. Are you still going to argue? What's the tape used for? We just need to get it checked by the forensics department, Shen Yin said coldly. Nangong Yu's face was ashen. What does it have to do with me? I don't know anything. Shen Yin sneered. Although he didn't like Nangong Yu's face, he knew how she felt about him. He usually ignored her for Hua Zixing's sake. But now that she had hurt his woman, He couldn't let her go. Do you need me to tell you how you did it? Nan you clench her fists. You drugged the snake and put it in your pocket. But you didn't know when the snake would wake up, and you were worried that it would bite you when you grabbed it. So, you used the tape to secure the snake in your pocket and exposed its head. When you wanted to use it, you could easily grab its head. If you want to prove it, I think there are your fingerprints on the tape in your pocket, Shiniyin said confidently. Nan Gongyu staggered 2 steps back. Shiniyin confirmed his thoughts from her reaction. He narrowed his eyes and continued. The reason why you did this, I think it's because of the second-hand preparations you made. If Lu Shuang was bitten to death by the snake in a room, you didn't have to do anything. If Lu Shuang wasn't bitten to death in the room, he would definitely rush out when he found the snake. Then, you pretended that there was a snake in a room and chased after Lu Shuang. You held the snake's head in your pocket and made sure that it bit Lu Shuang. But you didn't expect Lu Shuang to find out that there was a snake in your pocket. You also didn't expect Lu Shuang to run away so fast. Nan Gongyu saw that she could not quibble, so she simply did not quibble. She raised her chin and said, "Yes, I did it. Ever since this woman came. How cold have you been to Madam? This woman is simply a femme fatale. If the president is with her, he will definitely be killed by her. So, for Madam and the president, I must kill her. Only when she is dead will the president have nothing to worry about." Chapter 581. Xiaoyu, don't talk nonsense. Lu Shuang has only been here for 2 days. I haven't been left out. Yesterday, Lu Shuang saved the prime minister and averted a crisis. How could you do such a thing? Hua Zixing said, "Madam, don't lie to yourself. I saw them when I went to the president's room to deliver breakfast this morning." Hua Zixing slapped Nan Gongyu before she could finish her sentence. "Nonsense. You were lying in bed with a fever this morning. I was the one who took care of you. How could you go to the president's room? Nan Gongyu, what are you trying to do?" Hua Zixing said angrily. Her hands were trembling. Nan Gongyu covered her flushed face and looked at Hua Zixing in disbelief. She saw the anger and warning in Hua Zixing's eyes, and her hostility disappeared. She pursed her lips and lowered her head. She said softly, "I did this for the president and Madam. I didn't do anything wrong. Ian, Xiaoyu is mine. She made a mistake, so I'll teach her a lesson. Is that okay?" Hua Zixing said gently. Shin Ian nodded. Hua Zixing brought Nan Gongyu to her room. Hua Rui and his maid immediately followed. Lu Shuang stayed in the car thoughtfully and didn't get out. Shin Ian opened the door, sat in the driver's seat, and said, "You don't have to worry. This kind of thing won't happen again in the future. The bedding in your room and mine will be changed, and every corner of the room will be cleaned again to make sure that there are no snakes left. Snakes are timid. Snakes are timid animals. As long as you don't provoke them, they won't bite. Shiniyin, don't you think that we were wrong first? We've gone too far. Hua Zixing is a generous and gentle woman. To be honest, you really shouldn't let her down." Lu Shuang said whatever was on his mind. Shin Ian frowned and held her chin to make her face him. She said sternly with a commanding tone, "We've already talked about this. I don't want to bring it up again. I don't want to repeat my relationship with Hua Zixing. So, don't say these things again. Don't even think about it. You know it, I know it, but others don't. Don't forget who you are. The mistakes you make will be magnified. You might even lose your life because of small thing." Lu Shuang also said seriously. Shiniyin paused for a moment, and her eyes flashed with surprise. "Are you concerned about me?" Lu Shuang's mind was in a mess. He turned his face away, flipped his hair, and pondered. She didn't know if it was because she cared about him, but she felt that it wasn't right. She looked at him and said, "Hua Zixing is right. You and the Hua family are in the same boat. You both share the same interests. Hua Zixing might not care about my existence, but her family would definitely feel sad for her. Because of politics, a beautiful woman sacrificed her happiness. I promised her that after everything was settled, I would let her return to the man she loved. But she didn't sever ties with the man she loved in your marriage. The two of you know that it's a fake marriage, but others don't know. If I'm by your side, it'll be dangerous for you every minute. If you're not by my side, every minute is torture for me." Shani interrupted him and said. Lu Shuang paused for a moment, and there was a strange feeling in his heart. Yin couldn't really love her, could she? It was unimaginable. Her figure wasn't the best, her looks weren't the best, and her family background wasn't the best. Even her brain was barely passable. Your brain must have been caught in the door. Lu Shuang blurted out. Yin patted Lu Shuang's head and said helplessly, "That's the only way I could be a match made in heaven with you." She could tell that he was scolding her, but she didn't know why she couldn't get angry at this moment. Her mind was in a mess, and she couldn't think. "I want some peace and quiet." She pushed the car door open and got out. It was much colder outside than in the car. She gathered her clothes, and then remembered that she was still wearing Yin's coat. Wasn't this too ostentatious? She got in the car again, and took off her coat for Yin. "Get out of the car, and let me be alone in the car. When we get back, ask the housekeeper to send me a down jacket. Put on, don't catch a cold. I'm stronger than you." Yin threw the coat to Lu Shuang, opened the door, got out of the car, and went to the villa. She wrapped herself in Yin's coat and smelled the familiar scent on his body. She leaned on the car frame and stared at the President Palace. She and Yin thought that it was a mistake. 5 years ago, she went on a blind date, and she was set up by Su Jiran, that pervert. She and Yin slept together, and there was no first time. Thinking about it this way, with Yin's wealth and intelligence, it was not easy for Su Jiran to set him up. He probably beat him at his own game. In the next 3 years, she lived the life of a monk. Although no man chased after her, and she could not find a boyfriend, she never thought that she could have a relationship with Yin. At that time, she was young and energetic and loved to play. When she finally got drunk and made up her mind to have sex, she did not expect that she would have sex with Yin. No, she did not expect it, but it was all under Yin's control. Moreover, he deliberately made her pregnant. She stayed by Yin's side for Baya. She was unwilling, humiliated, forced, helpless, and rejected. During the 2 years she spent with Yin, she treated him as a cage, and every day she thought about escaping. Including this time, when she came back, the first thing she thought about when she saw Yin was revenge. After revenge, she still wanted to leave. She did not like him, and she had never liked him. But if Yin really loved her, he would do something for her, and she was quite touched. After all, in her impression, he was arrogant, difficult to get along with, selfish, and cold-blooded. She was also touched when he said that he was willing to offend his political partners for her. Now she was not young anymore, and there was no longer a pure love. When looking at a suitable man, first of all, she looked at his appearance, whether she could accept him or not, and then looked at his character, temper, personality, hobbies, behavior, past experience, and then looked at his income, real estate, and finally his parents and relatives. After passing all these, she would not easily give all her feelings. She would try to get along with him and feel that he was good to her, and she might be happy with him. Then she would start to fall in love seriously. But she also started to fall in love seriously. It was not like when she was young, when she saw a handsome man, she would fall in love passionately, without considering anything else, including her future life and sustainable development. Her reason told her that she and Yin could not be together, so she had never given her feelings to him, and she felt a little burdened. Chapter 582. Don't you think you're stupid enough? Yin's voice could be heard. Lu Shuang raised her head and looked at him. She blushed at the thought of what he had said earlier on. She felt that it was not a good thing to be in such a strange mood right now. She purposely took a deep breath and curled her lips. I'm very smart, all right. I've known you for almost 16 years, but I really didn't realize that. Yin did not hold back at all. Lu Shuang could not help but roll his eyes. Didn't he say that he liked her? It seemed like she was overthinking again. This guy always knew how to make fun of her. She locked the car door. Yin, he could not open the car door. He frowned slightly. Stop fooling around. If you don't play the game, the bug will be gone the day after tomorrow. Oh, right. She sighed. It was better for her to play the game. It was not so troublesome. From Monday onwards, there were still many things waiting for her to do. Lu Shuang unlocked the car door. Yin threw her down jacket into the car and closed the door. Lu Shuang changed into his down jacket and opened the car door from the other side. It was cold. This winter was colder than usual, wasn't it? Yin walked toward her. Lu Shuang took a deep breath. Nan Gongyu is quite unlucky. She was out the moment I came. One must always be wary of others. One must never have the intention to harm others. She coveted something that she shouldn't covet. Besides, she is not a good person. She deserved it. Yin's eyes were cold. But if I didn't come back, you wouldn't have these troubles, right? Lu Shuang asked. Yin hugged her waist and pulled her to his side. He said with certainty, "Don't doubt it. You being overseas is the biggest trouble for me." Lu Shuang stared at him and was stunned for a moment. She elbowed his stomach. "Let go of me. Don't you know to keep a low profile? Is it appropriate to be hugging like this in public? Those who are here are all my confidants. Don't worry. Hua Rui, right? Nangongyu, right?" Lu Shuang pointed at the sky. "Satellite? All right, I got it." He just couldn't help but want to hug her, as if hugging her would make him feel at ease. This was a kind of addiction. He let go of her and walked in front. "Let's go. I'll play games with you. You're the president who has a lot of things to deal with every day. Why do you feel that I'm a femme fatale when you play games with me?" Lu Shuang was thinking and talking to himself. When Yin heard that, he looked at her and smiled. "It has nothing to do with you. I haven't had a single day of rest in the 6 months that you weren't around. Weekends are supposed to be my break time. I want to relax too. Moreover, this game is my salary to begin with. You helped me test it and discovered that I'll give you a bonus later." "Really?" Lu Shuang's guilt suddenly disappeared after hearing what he said. There was not a trace of it left. Yin looked at her smile. "I'll give you 2 choices. 1, I'll give you 3 million, and you can buy whatever jewelry you want. 2, I'll listen to you in bed for a month." "Then, I choose the first option, hee. Lu Shuang said sneakily. "Little miser." Yin said dotingly and poked her forehead lightly. She was older than him, so she poked his forehead too. "Big miser. That's why we're a match made in heaven." Yin said with a smile and held her hand. She put her hand behind her back. Yin did not force her and brought her back to the room. The room was cleaned in a short while. The bedsheets and quilts were all changed. Lu Shuang glanced at the room and felt a chill in his heart. "Are you sure that all the snakes have been cleared out?" "Don't worry. Don't forget that snakes are cold-blooded animals and need to hibernate. So, they're easier to catch and they're not aggressive," Yin explained. "No wonder those 2 snakes didn't attack me. Instead, they burrowed into my blanket. That Nangongyu really is a little stupid." Hee. Lu Shuang rejoiced. It was just a false alarm, and he could still chase Nangongyu away. To be honest, he did not like Nangongyu, who was always against her. It was a blessing in disguise. In Hua Zixing's room, Nangongyu knelt on the ground and begged, "Madam, you have to save me. I did it for you. Lu Shuang is too much. He seduced the president in broad daylight. I told you to stop targeting Lu Shuang. Stop targeting Lu Shuang. Why didn't you listen?" Hua Zixing was annoyed and raised her voice. "I can't stand it anymore. Lu Shuang is such a bully. He deserves to be punished for being such an arrogant mistress. I was supposed to be foolproof." Nangongyu was indignant. "Foolproof? Where did you get the snake from? It's winter now, and snakes need to hibernate. Even if you wake the snake up, it will be lazy and want to sleep. Why would it attack people?" Hua Zixing said angrily. "The snakes were given to me by Immo. Nangongyu looked at the maid beside Hua Rui. The maid walked forward and knelt on the ground. She lowered her head, but said calmly, "Miss Nangong asked me to get a few snakes. She wanted them to be poisonous. I didn't dare to disobey her order." "Hua Rui, did you know about this?" Hua Zixing looked at Hua Rui. "Miss is sleeping." "I didn't tell her," Immo said. "That's nonsense, Immo. You're so old. I didn't expect you to not only not stop little you, but also follow her. There are so many poisonous snakes in the presidential palace. Someone must have done it. You must have thought of it." Hua Zixing blamed Immo. "I didn't expect Miss Nangong to use it to kill people. I thought she wanted to play. I'm sorry. I won't make this mistake again," Immo said with her head lowered. "Sister, don't be angry at Immo. can only listen to Miss Nangong's orders. Moreover, if Mo refuses, Miss Nangong can still find someone else to get the snakes. Moreover, she obviously did it when you weren't here. Huare spoke up for Mo. Hua Zixing understood that Nangong you did it on purpose when she wasn't here. The president is very angry now. How do you think we should calm him down? I won't do it again, Nangong you said with a pale face. Shiniyin said that you won't have another chance. Hua Zixing said, he wants to send me back to China? Then wouldn't I have wasted 3 years of my youth here? What will my father think of me? What will my mother think of me? Nangong you stood up agitatedly. That's why I told you not to act rashly. If I didn't act rashly, would I still have another chance? You've always said that you would make arrangements for me. You said that for almost 3 years. Where did you arrange for me? I saw that you and that Lu Shuang have an elder sister and a younger sister. You're very close. You don't want to arrange for me at all, Nangong you complained. Hello everyone, I'm Qin Tangtang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 583. Didn't I arrange anything for you? Every time Shani Yin gets drunk, you're the one who accompanies her. Every time Shani Yin falls asleep, you're the one who's disappointing. Hua Zixing stood up angrily. I'm disappointing. All right, send me back. I don't want to stay here anymore. However, you have to think carefully. After I go back, I will definitely expose the relationship between Shani Yin and Lu Shuang. I will ask my father to seek justice for me. I won't let you have it easy either. I don't believe that the power of my Nangong family will always be the same. I don't believe that the Nangong family's power will always be half-hearted. Nangong you said confidently. Hua Zixing's eyes gradually turned cold. She took a deep breath. She was as calm as the surface of a lake in winter. I understand, but I have to explain to the president. Xiaoyu, I'll have to trouble you first. What trouble? Nangong you asked domineeringly. Snakes hibernate in winter. I'll prepare 10 non-poisonous snakes. You just have to stay in the tank for a while and let Shiniyin take a look, Hua Zixing said gently. Why should I do that? I didn't do anything wrong. Nangong you rejected her. Think about it in my room. I'll come in later. Hua Zixing walked towards the door and closed it. She asked 2 guards to stand guard at the door. She went up to the 3rd floor and looked at her plants. Hua Rui and Mo followed her up. Sister, what's going on? Hua Rui understood the gist of it and wanted to verify it. Xiao Rui, remember, you can't tell anyone about this, Hua Zixing said solemnly. Is Lu Shuang really brother-in-law's lover? Hua Rui asked again. Shinian and I have an arranged marriage. You know my health condition. Back then, the Hua family was suppressed by the Xiang family. The Xiang family was getting more and more powerful. Although my marriage to Shinian can improve the Hua family's reputation, Shinian can also request the Hua family to provide the weapons provided by the M family. However, the Hua family still needed a strong military backing, and that was the Nangong family. I looked for Nangong Yu and specially arranged for Nangong Yu and Shun Yin to meet. Nangong Yu fell in love with Shun Yin at first sight. I told Nangong Yu about my body's condition. I wanted Nangong Yu to become Shun Yin's woman and give birth to Shun Yin's child. Her child would be the future president of Country A. Because of this, I am infertile, Hua Zixing explained. Brother-in-law doesn't like Nangong Yu, so he found another woman. That's why Nangong Yu got angry and poisoned that woman. Hua Rui understood. I've been with Shun Yin for 3 years, and he has never touched any other woman, except for Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang's position cannot be shaken by anyone, and I've been looking for an opportunity. We can only wait. Hua Zixing said. Then, that woman really can't live. Only when she dies will the person arranged by my sister have a chance, Hua Rui analyzed. Xiao Rui, just keep this to yourself. Don't do anything, understand? Hua Zixing held Hua Rui's shoulder and reminded her. Hua Rui pursed her lips and didn't say a word. You just need to capture Xing Buhua, promise me. Hua Zixing needed Hua Rui's promise. Xing Buhua didn't even come to see me. He's very difficult to deal with, Hua Rui said dejectedly. To many men in power, it doesn't matter who they marry. Moreover, You have stunning looks and a healthy body. What they need is power behind their backs, power that can bring them to a higher level. Xingbuhua might just be baiting you. I'll arrange a banquet so that you can meet him as soon as possible. When you meet him, you must hold him firmly in the palm of your hand. Tomorrow, I will let the people from Phantom train you. Go buy more clothes in the afternoon. I will transfer the money to your card later. Hua Zixing said, Sister, I'm worried about you. You're so perfect, Hua Rui said, her heart aching. Hua Zixing smiled bitterly. I'm not in good health. I can't even fulfill the responsibilities of a woman. How can I be considered perfect? Medical science is so advanced now. They'll definitely be able to take good care of you. When that time comes, you'll have brother-in-law in your hands. I took a look at that Lu Shuang just now. His looks and temperament aren't as good as yours, but she has a bright life. When I'm with her, I can feel that she's full of life and vitality. She's generous, lazy, and carefree. This kind of personality is very attractive to men, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Sister, Hua Rui called out. Hua Zixing smiled and said, It's a pity that she doesn't understand men. I'm just waiting for the right time. There's no rush. Haste makes waste. I know what to do. Hua Rui nodded. Ever since she was young, her sister had always been the most reassuring one. What about Nan Gongyu? She's a little too arrogant. If we let her go, it'll be very disadvantageous to the Hua family, Hua Rui analyzed. Hua Zixing's smile remained unchanged. Shunyi Yin is the smartest person I've ever met. His strategizing and strategies are at the peak of perfection. What do you mean? Hua Rui didn't understand. Nan Gongyu, don't even think about going back to America in this lifetime, Hua Zixing said with certainty. She looked at Mo and said, Please prepare 10 snakes. They don't have any poison. Once they're ready, I'll invite the president. Yes. Asterisk Lu Shuang was having a lot of fun when there was a knock on the door. Shunyi Yin's eyes sharpened. He walked to the door and opened it. Mo nodded and said respectfully, President, Madam is asking for you. He replied. When he turned around, Lu Shuang's gaze was still on the computer. Some things were too cruel. He didn't want her to come into contact with them. It was good enough that he could help her vent her anger. He walked out of the door and entered Hua Zixing's room. I'm ready. I know what to do, Hua Zixing said gently to Shunyi Yin. Shunyi Yin nodded. You've worked hard. Hua Zixing looked at Nan Gongyu and said gently, Go in. Nan Gongyu pursed her lips and looked into the vat. The snakes were twisting together. Although their movements were slow, it was disgusting to look at. Go in, Hua Zixing said again. Nan Gongyu took a deep breath. I don't want to. No one wants to. You should have thought of no one when you released the poisonous snakes. Shunyi Yin said coldly. He bent his arm and looked at the time. He was a little impatient. I still have something to do. Don't waste my time. Hua Zixing looked at Mo and nodded. Mo carried Nan Gongyu. Let go of me. You dare? If you throw me in, I'll tell my father and he'll kill you, Nan Gongyu shouted. Mo threw her into the vat. Ah! Nan Gongyu screamed and wanted to run out. Cover it, Hua Zixing said. She couldn't bear to watch and turn around. Chapter 584. Nan Gongyu screamed and knocked on the lid. Let her out in 10 minutes. You know what to do next. Thank you, Shunyi Yin said in a low voice. She turned and walked out of Hua Zixing's room. Sister, did he treat you like this before? Hua Rui felt that it was unfair. He is being polite to me, but he is even more distant to others. He is that kind of person, so don't feel sad and don't feel that it is unfair. The more powerful the Hua family is, the more he will not look down on me. Hua Zian said softly, revealing a smile, telling Hua Rui that she was fine. The more she acted like this, the more Hua Rui felt sorry for her. Sister, you're worth better. What I have has always been the best. All right, it's going to be too bloody. Go back with Mo first. Don't come here for a few days. I'll inform you when I'm done arranging the banquet. Hua Zixing said gently. I think Nan Gongyu will hate you too. She won't serve you well. I'll ask Mo to stay here. If you need anything, just tell her, Hua Rui said worriedly. There's no need. There's a maid at home. I'll get her to do it if I need anything. Don't worry, go back quickly. Remember, don't say anything you see or hear here. You won't go either, Hua Zixing reminded. Mo nodded to show respect. Hua Rui left Hua Zixing reluctantly. When the 10 minutes were up, Hua Zixing opened the lid. Nan Gongyu had torn off all the snakes. Her hands and legs were bitten by the snakes. Her body was covered in blood, but she didn't know if it was hers or the snake's. She looked at Hua Zixing with hatred and said sternly, Hua Zixing, you're a coward. When I go back, I won't let you off. Hua Zixing clapped her hands, and 2 guards walked in. Take her away. Take good care of her. I don't want anything to happen to her. Hua Zixing, what do you mean? Nan Gongyu saw the 2 guards walking toward her. Xiaoyu, it doesn't matter if you believe me or not. I've always treated you as a sister. You're too impatient and don't use your brain. Unfortunately, you can't accompany me to the end. Nan Gongyu's face paled. Do you want to kill me? Hua Zixing shook her head and looked at Nan Gongyu pitifully. I've said it before, I've always treated you like a sister. As long as I'm alive, I'll keep you safe. Perhaps it's good for you to calm down and give me some time. I'll save you. What do you mean? Hua Zixing, what do you mean by that? Nan Gongyu grabbed Hua Zixing's shoulder in a flustered manner. You shouldn't have touched her. She's Shun Yin's Achilles heel. I've talked to Shun Yin about the pros and cons. The Nangong family, the Hua family, and the Shun family are bound by benefits. But he won't let you off. I'm sorry, Xiaoyu. Hua Zixing looked at the guards. Take her away. Seeing this, Nan Gongyu knew that she was going to be unlucky. She had to return to the country and seek her father's protection. She grabbed the fruit knife on the coffee table and rushed towards Hua Zihua. But before she could touch Hua Zihua, she was kicked by Hua Zihua. Nan Gongyu fell to the ground and was caught by the guards. Nan Gongyu looked at Hua Zixing in astonishment. She didn't know that Hua Zixing knew martial arts. Wasn't Hua Zixing in poor health and congenital heart disease? How could she know martial arts? And it didn't seem like her level was low. Nan Gongyu was so shocked that she couldn't say a word. She was taken away. Asterisk in the past 2 days, Baya locked herself in the library to mark the papers, and she was in a daze. Xing Buhua finished his work and prepared to go to Bai Ya's place to help. When he walked out of his room, Xing Shang stood in front of him and looked at him. Xing Buhua called out, Dad, I hope you know what your responsibility is, Xing Shang said sincerely. Of course, I'll always remember it, Xing Buhua said with a smile. You've been to Bai Ya's place too many times recently. It's about time you get in touch with Hua Rui. After all, there's only a year until the next presidential election. It's urgent, Xing Shang reminded him. Xing Buhua chuckled and said with certainty, I'm afraid the Hua family will be in trouble soon. I'm the one they want to curry favor with. I don't need to waste any effort. What do you mean? Are you talking about Shun Yin's downfall? The Hua family has its own foundation. We need the M Nation support. I just found out from Baya that Shun Yin has a beloved woman by his side. He offended the Nangong family for this woman. If the Nangong family joins the Xiang family, do you think the Hua family will still be able to stand in the M Nation? The Xiang family is stronger than the Hua family. The Xiang family's weapons are the best. The Hua family is just relying on the fact that they are a relative of the royal family. I'm afraid there will be an earth-shattering coup in the M Nation soon, Xing Buhua guessed. If that happens, I'm afraid Shun Yin's position as president will be gone. Our biggest competitors are Zhuo Qiuni and Su Zheng. Zhuo Qiuni? Xing Buhua laughed. A sinister look flashed across his eyes. I won't let that old fox go. Are you sure he's related to your brother's matter? Xing Shang understood the meaning behind Xing Buhua's words. It should be him, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. How's your brother now? Xing Shang asked. Xing Buhua's eyes darkened. His expression was heavy, concealing his complicated emotions. He's still the same. Since you're sure that the Xiang family will rise, you should keep in contact with them. I remember the Xiang family has 2 female concubines who are at the age of marriage trial. They're not as stunning as Hua Rui, but they're passable and talented, Xing Shang reminded. Annoyance flashed across Xing Buhua's eyes. He curled his lips to hide his true emotions. I know what to do. As for Bai Ya's side, You just need to be moderate. You don't have to go there every day. In terms of diplomacy, they used to be Shun Yin's people. You should focus on this aspect and keep in contact with them. Xing Buhua said perfunctorily, I know what I'm doing. Also, I've received insider news that Shun Yin is going to have a military parade before the new year. I'm not sure of his motive, Xing Shang said worriedly. Xing Buhua had already seen through it. I didn't expect Shun Yin to be an infatuated man. I couldn't tell it all before this. I thought he had no weakness. If he has a weakness, it'll be easier to deal with him. You're so secretive. You can't even tell me, Xing Shang said helplessly. I don't want you to worry about things that I can handle. You're old and can enjoy your remaining years, Xing Buhua said with a smile. He pushed Xing Shang downstairs. Dad, I'm going out. Chapter 585. Xing Buhua didn't even turn back. He raised his hand above his head and waved. Then, he got into the car and drove away. His brother's woman. That made him feel uncomfortable. He stopped the car by the roadside and pinched his nose. Twins were very strange. They had the same looks, DNA, and even telepathy. His father was worried that someone would hurt them, so he was taken away by Xing Shang the moment he was born. Other than Xing Shang and his father, his mother didn't know about it. As expected, his family was wiped out. His brother survived because he was lucky. He knew about Gu Lingqing's existence a long time ago. He also knew that Gu Lingqing was his twin brother. Because they had the same looks, he was worried that it would cause a commotion and some people would speculate. It was also for his brother's growth that he chose to work in the black operation. Not many people had seen him, and he had never returned to China. If he didn't know that something had happened to his brother, he wouldn't have returned to China. When he was investigating his brother's death, he found out that Shun Ao and Sheng Dongsheng were the murderers. He knew that he shouldn't have, but he liked Baiya the first time he saw her. It wasn't the first time either. She had been appearing in his dreams for 5 years. She would appear a few times a month. His phone rang, interrupting his thoughts. Xing Buhua glanced at the caller ID and answered the call with a heavy heart. Did you find anything? Not yet. Hua Zixing is very cautious. She chased me and her sister away. Also, the security is very tight. I couldn't get any information, Mo reported. You've done a good job this time. I will reward you. It's all because of your good leadership and the perfect plan. I don't dare to take credit, Mo said humbly. You deserve it. Since we can't find out where Nan Gongyu is locked up, let's get her brother here. It'll be good for Shun Yin to get busy, Xing Buhua ordered. Why don't we just expose the relationship between Shun Yin and Lu Shuang? In that case, Shun Yin will suffer a great blow, suggested Mo. Xing Buhua lowered his eyes, and the image of Baiya flashed across his mind. She asked him to protect Lu Shuang. He knew that Lu Shuang was very important to her. Since he had agreed, he didn't want Lu Shuang to die with Shun Yin. He was afraid that Baiya wouldn't forgive him if she found out the truth one day. Do you have direct evidence to prove that they are related? Xing Buhua asked coldly. Nope, but Hua Zixing admitted it. Hua Zixing is unusually calm and rational. Besides, she knows the big picture. She's definitely not what you see. When Shun Yin is pushed to the forefront because of Lu Shuang, she will definitely side with Shun Yin. Moreover, Shun Yin can become the president because he controls the media. Most of them don't have concrete evidence, so it's hard for them to make an impact on him, Xing Buhua analyzed. I get it. I'll use our diplomatic skills to get Nan Gongyu's brother to visit, Mo reported. Okay. Xing Buhua hung up the phone and looked at the rearview mirror. A light flashed across his eyes, and he sped up. A car behind him sped up as well. He sped up and drove up the mountain. The car also drove up the mountain. When they reached the top, Xing Buhua stopped the car. The car followed closely behind. Xing Buhua leaned against the car door and lit a cigarette. The smoke lingered in the air. Xiao Ting got out of the car and ran to Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua, where are you going? Xing Buhua blew a puff of smoke at her and looked at her lazily. He said indifferently, Does it have anything to do with you? You're going to see Baiya, right? Xiao Ting said hatefully. Her eyes were filled with jealousy, hatred, and hostility. Xing Buhua frowned and put his hand on the car. He became more arrogant. I'm going to see Hua Rui. I heard that she's trying her best to see me. She's a famous beauty in Country M. I'm going to meet her. Why? You going to marry Hua Rui? Xiaoting was not calm anymore. In terms of looks, it's not a bad idea to marry her. As for the rest, I have to look at other aspects. After all, I have many choices now. Today, my father is going to introduce me to the daughter of the Xiang family. I can give it a try, Xing Buhua said. How did you become like this? Shameless. Xiaoting said angrily. Her eyes were red. Xiaoting, I hope you understand that I'm going to be the president in the future. My wife will be chosen by a famous family. I'm still thinking about which family, but this won't change. It's impossible between you and me, Xing Buhua said straightforwardly. You promised my father that you'd take good care of me. Xiaoting sobbed. So, I'll take good care of you like a sister. Xiaoting, we grew up together. Don't fall in love with me. I'm not a good person. You know that, Xing Buhua said firmly. He twisted out the cigarette and opened the door. Xiaoting pressed on the door of his car and asked, You like that Baya, don't you? That day when I came to see you, you were still sleeping. I heard you calling her name in your dreams. I've already told you about me and her. She's my brother's wife. I need to make use of her now. So I pretended to be her husband and played with her, Xing Buhua said. But you called her name. You can't lie. I thought about it. And I think you're lying to me, Xiaoting said firmly. Call her name? Xing Buhua shrugged. She suspected me for a few days. I guess I was thinking about how to make her believe me even in my dreams. To be honest, you're the first and only person I can be honest with. Have you ever loved me? Xiaoting begged. I haven't. Look at all the women around me. Which one of them isn't a hot beauty? You're my sister. I really have to go now. Otherwise, I won't be able to make it in time to save the damsel in distress. You can go back if you want. If you don't want to go back, I'll ask someone to give you money. You can live a casual life. Xing Buhua moved her hand away and got into the car. Xiaoting stood there in a daze. She watched Xing Buhua leave, clenching her fists tightly. What should she do? She liked his unruly style. Xing Buhua got into the car. He glanced at the GPS and made a call. Lock on to Hua Rui's address. Calculate how long it will take me to get there. Yes, arrange a hero to save the damsel in distress. That's all. He hung up the phone and looked at Xiaoting in the rearview mirror. He knew Xiaoting too well. She wouldn't give up. He didn't want her to cause trouble for Baya. So, he could only shift the blame. Perhaps, by letting Xiaoting create trouble, he could stop his father from marrying Hua Rui or the daughter of the Xiang family. With Baya, he didn't want to experience any other woman. Now, all he wanted to do was to get rid of the conflict and accompany Baya. Even if it was just boring marking papers with her, he felt very at ease, as if he was in a peaceful country, full of happiness. Hello, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 586. At the entrance of Shui Yu International, Hua Rui and Mo came out. A motorcycle passed by them, and the person on the back seat snatched the gift bag from Mo's hand. Mo was shocked and quickly shouted, Someone, they're robbers. Stop the motorcycle in front. A modified Mercedes-Benz motorcycle stopped in front of Mo and said to Hua Rui, Get on. Miss, don't. Mo held Hua Rui's hand and said cautiously. Xing Buhua curled his lips. Follow me then. With a pie sound, he sped forward and soon overtook the motorcycle in front of him. He stopped 10 meters away from them. He ran straight toward the motorcycle. With a leap and a kick, the motorcyclist fell to the ground. The person behind was agile and luckily did not fall. Xing Buhua walked towards him. The man took out a knife and aimed it at Xing Buhua. Xing Buhua used his grappling hands and easily grabbed the man's wrist. There was the sound of bones cracking and the knife fell to the ground. Xing Buhua pressed his body down and the man knelt on the ground with his hands behind his back. The motorcyclist realized that they could not beat Xing Buhua and threw the gift bag in the middle of the road. Many cars drove over. If he did not pick it up, the car would have run over the gift bag and it would be hard to say whether the things inside would be intact. Xing Buhua gave the person who threw the gift bag a thumbs up. He jumped over the fence and spent more than 10 seconds to pick up all the gift bags. The robber had already driven away on the motorcycle. Xing Buhua walked back slowly. Hua Rui and Mo caught up. He threw the gift bag in his hand to Mo and walked towards his motorcycle without saying a word. "What's your name?" Hua Rui asked. Xing Buhua looked at Hua Rui. "If you want to treat me to a meal or repay me, forget it. I don't have time and I don't need it." He continued to walk towards his car. His arrogance caught Hua Rui's attention. She ran over and extended her hand to block the path of Xing Buhua's motorcycle. "What if I say that I want to check if all my things are here?" "What?" Xing Buhua frowned. "Your appearance was a bit of a coincidence. Just now, you were suspected of deliberately letting the flying car robbers go. I have reason to suspect that you're in cahoots with them," Hua Rui said confidently. Xing Buhua nodded his head and didn't hide his disgust. "Is there a hole in your brain? If I didn't chase after him, the speeding criminal would have run away. Are you crazy to doubt me?" "Who says? I have to check if it's missing," Hua Rui said with a blush. Xing Buhua took off his helmet and hung it on the motorcycle. He crossed his arms and looked at Hua Rui coldly. "Go ahead and check. Hurry up, I still have something to do." When Hua Rui saw Xing Buhua's face, she was stunned. Her eyes were filled with ecstasy and shyness, and her heart was trembling. There was a kind of joy that settled in her dreamy feelings. Although she had never seen Xing Buhua in person, she had seen photos of Xing Buhua. His chiseled face was resolute and cold. He was extraordinarily handsome and left a deep impression on people. She was actually looking forward to meeting him. "I know you," Hua Rui blurted out. "Really? Then go ahead and check. After that, remember not to look for me. I don't want to be a farmer." He got on a motorcycle. "Don't you know me?" Hua Rui asked anxiously. "Do I need to know you?" Xing Buhua put on his helmet and started the motorcycle. "I'm Hua Rui, the one that you didn't show up for. I came to A because of you, but you didn't show up. Can you give me an explanation?" Hua Rui asked, feeling wronged. She was indeed the most famous socialite in M Nation. When she felt wronged, her eyes would be big and red. Coupled with her exquisite face, she was indeed quite pitiful. "I'm busy. Does this answer sound better?" Xing Buhua said lazily. "Can't you spare an hour? You can let me go to your office." Hua Rui was a little angry. She pouted her lips and looked very shy. Xing Buhua didn't even look at her. In fact, if the male lead doesn't show up at an ordinary blind date, it means that he doesn't want to go on a blind date. "I'm not planning to get married yet. I'm sorry that you came here for nothing. If you want to ask me for reimbursement of the round-trip air ticket, you can look for my assistant." Xing Buhua drove the motorcycle and left decisively. He glanced at the rear mirror and saw that Qiu Ting was indeed there. That was good. It saved him the trouble of having someone to settle it for him. He couldn't wait to see Baiya. When he thought of Baiya, his heart was filled with tenderness. He smiled and sped up. When he arrived at Baiya's place, Baiya was still reading the test papers. She hadn't finished the previous ones, and another batch of test papers had been sent to her. She might be a little tired, but she wore her glasses and looked very bookish. He thought of a word, a top student. The woman he liked was a top student. His heart softened. He went forward and hugged Baiya from behind. Baiya smiled and held his arm. She looked at him and said, "Why are you here so early? Have you had dinner?" "I missed you. I haven't eaten yet. I want to eat with you," Xing Buhua said softly. He put away his laziness and arrogance. When he was with Baiya, he tried to get closer to Gu Lingqing and be the man she would fall in love with. The world was strange. He had rejected many women who were willing to change for him, but he loved the women who could change for him. "I'll ask Shu Lan to prepare dinner. There's no hurry. There are too many test papers. How long will it take for you to finish grading them? Should I get someone to help you?" Xing Buhua asked as he sat opposite Baiya. "No, it's too risky for you and me to find someone. I'll ask Sherlan to help me. I can trust her. It's going to be the New Year soon, and I have a lot of work to prepare. It just so happens that I have time now. It's relaxing to mark the papers," Baiya said, bowing her head and continuing to mark. She lowered her head and continued to grade the test papers. The article you posted today is very embellishing, Xing Buhua complimented. One case alone won't cause a sensation. The internet is more developed now. Some of the past cases just need to be sorted out and published together. It will be very shocking. What destroys a person, a business, an official, or a family is not the case itself, but the public opinion. Bai said softly. Xing Buhua looked at Bai with a smile. He felt happy just listening to her voice. Chapter 587. Yes, Bai answered. By the way, the position of the head of the finance department is vacant now. Many people are eyeing this position. It won't take too long. At most, it will be delayed until the beginning of next year. What do you think? Xing Buhua continued to ask. Bai stopped, and her expression became serious. She looked at Xing Buhua and said, "This position may be through election because there are too many people who are eyeing it. Our people may not be able to get it. I also want to discuss this matter with you. I want to create a big event, but Bai wanted to say something but stopped on second thought. But what? Xing Buhua asked. Although the incident with Alan successfully pulled Sheng Dongxing down, I'm also worried about the reputation of Country A in the international arena if there is another big event. If it causes the currency of Country A to depreciate, it will be an act of harming others without benefiting oneself. I can't do it, Bai said thoughtfully. Xing Buhua showed a doting smile. Bai was not only beautiful, but also gentle, affectionate, smart, and far-sighted. She was also very kind. Her kindness was hidden under her strong appearance. It was just revealed inadvertently, but it had already made him unable to control his heart. She could care about the world. Gu Lingqing was really lucky to have met her at such a young age. It's simple. Country Y is a friendly country of Country A. It has always been Country A that has been supporting the economic development of Country Y. In addition to the national debt, they have also sent a lot of talents to the country in construction, electricity, chemistry, science, medicine, education, and even roads. It's not wrong to say that they are a dependent country of Country A. It's a problem, Xing Buhua said. I seem to have heard about this. She didn't care about this before, but now she had to care about it. Country Y has a multi-party system, and the struggle for power has always been very intense. If there is a civil war at this time, it will definitely destroy a lot of infrastructure. In addition to deciding which side to stand on, Country A also needs to invest a lot of money. When it comes to money, then the business tycoons of Country A will have the right to speak. When it comes to money, Sheng Dongsheng and Shunyin have money. In order to clear his name, Sheng Dongsheng will definitely fork out a lot of money. By a guest, Sheng Dongqing's money is in the open. After all, his family has so many businesses. Gu's money is also in the open. Shunyi's money is in the dark. He can't take it out in the open. No matter how much money Sheng Dongsheng took out, it would only be a whitewash. It was impossible for him to restore his position as the finance minister within a year. Then, the one who has the right to speak is you, Xing Buhua suggested. In this way, not only can my people be the finance minister, but they can also establish the international reputation of a country. It's a pity for the people of Y country. Bai lowered her eyes. She recalled what Grandmaster Gufa had said. If she wanted to be the best of the best, she would have to step over countless corpses, full of blood. She didn't want to. She was a human, and so were those people. She didn't feel superior, so she felt a little burdened. People shouldn't think too much. If they understood human nature too well, they would feel sad. When my people go to coordinate, I will tell them not to bring harm to the people. Xing Buhua promised. Without a fixed residence, how can they not be affected by the smoke of war? It's hard to control the development of the situation. Moreover, a country can't participate in the civil war. Look at the war in X country. It's been 5 or 6 years, and it's still not over. Bai leaned on the table. Don't worry. I promise that this war will only last for a few months. I have a way. Trust me, Xing Buhua said softly. He always said that he trusted her. The only thing she could do was to trust him. Lingqing, I'm a little tired. I want to rest for a while, Bai said softly. Xing Buhua walked over, carried her up, and put her on the bed. When I leave tomorrow morning, I'll bring a box of papers with me. I can help you mark them during the day. Bai was still hugging his back. You have your own things to do during the day. I'll be fine here. I'll mark them slowly. With something to do, I won't miss you so much. Xing Buhua raised the corner of his mouth, revealing a bright smile. You miss me? Where? Baya blushed. The last time she promised to help him, he rejected her in the end and went to the washroom to do it. They really hadn't been in contact for a long time. I'll be 3 months soon, Baya said implicitly. Xing Buhua looked at her deeply. There's no hurry. You sleep first. I'll mark the papers. When you wake up, let's eat together. Baya leaned against the pillow and looked at him. Tomorrow is Monday. If you're not busy, come over for dinner. I'll make you your favorite, braised pork with preserved vegetables. Okay. Xing Buhua returned to the chair and continued to mark her papers. Baya looked at him. She was very tired, but she couldn't bear to close her eyes. She hoped that nothing would happen between them. She hoped that they could get their revenge smoothly and leave safely. In the future, their whole family would be happy together. She missed Yen. Sleep, I'm not leaving. We can see each other every day, Xing Buhua said softly. Baya slowly closed her eyes and breathed evenly. Xing Buhua turned off the music and came over to cover her with a quilt. He continued to mark the papers. That night, she had a dream. She dreamt of Gu Lingxing. He was trapped on an isolated island that was only a square meter in size. There were no trees around him, and he was surrounded by the sea. He looked at her deeply and had many things to say to her. But she couldn't hear him. Looking at him all alone, her heart suddenly ached. A heavy sadness rushed out from her heart like a tide. Suddenly, Lu Shuang stood behind her. Baya had a bad feeling in her heart. She shouted, No, Lu Shuang, don't. Lu Shuang pushed Gu Lingxing off the island and looked at her with a despairing smile. She felt helpless and knelt on the ground. Lu Shuang, don't. Lu Shuang didn't listen to her. He jumped off the island and into the sea. She was the only one left on the island. She was all alone. She was so sad that she jumped into the sea without thinking. But her heart still ached, and she had difficulty breathing. She opened her eyes. The pillow was already wet. What she saw was Xing Buhua's worried face. What's wrong, Xiaoya? Did you have a nightmare? Baya hugged Xing Buhua and said in a choked voice, I dreamed that you died. Lu Shuang died too. I saw you die. I was so lonely, so I jumped into the sea and died with you. A strange look flashed through Xing Buhua's eyes. He comforted her. I won't die. If I die, I will die after you. I won't let you live alone. Dreams are the opposite. Look at your silly face. Yes, dreams are the opposite. He was still alive. Lu Shuang was still alive. But just thinking about it made her feel sad. Chapter 588. He kissed away the tears at the corner of her eyes. It was salty. Baya calmed herself down and asked, What time is it? Xing Buhua bent his wrist and looked at his watch. It's 8:10 p.m. Are you hungry? Baya nodded. I'll ask Shulan to bring you food. Do you want to hide? All right. Baya called Lin Shulan. Madam, are you hungry? I'll go and prepare the food now, Lin Shulan said. A little more. When Baya said a little more, Lin Shulan understood immediately. He smiled and prepared enough food. He went to the library and knocked on the door. Baya opened the door. Madam, I brought the food to you. I'll bring the test papers over later. I've already graded them according to your instructions. I'll bring some more later. I'll be able to bring a few thousand more copies out tonight. Thank you. Also, the report on the Education Bureau has been very well received. They haven't responded yet. What should we do next? Lin Shulan asked. Continue to publish the report. We've sent people to the school to collect evidence. Send it to my email after you've sorted it out. I'll contact Du Xinhua directly. Got it. Lin Shulan said happily. Working with Baya, there were good results every day. She was more motivated. She took a box of test papers upstairs and closed the door of the library when she left. Xing Buhua came out from the shadows and reminded her. You're targeting the entire Education Bureau. I'm worried that it will collapse. This is not a good sign. Baya paused for a moment and came to a sudden realization. I was thinking of blowing things up and making the education minister take the blame and resign. Now that you mentioned it, it reminded me. Actually, it's enough now. Next, we're not targeting the cases of the various schools. We're targeting the education minister himself. For example, do you have any problems with his style, and have he done anything against the law? Baya understood. Yes, let's do it this way. I'll get Ning to do it now. Baya immediately called Zhang Xingyu and gave him new instructions. Zhang Xingyu was very motivated to work with Baya. Moreover, Baya gave everyone in Ning a salary of 3,000 yuan. They were very motivated. Yes, Xing Buhua smiled. He knew of Gu Lingqing's and Ning. They only listened to Gu Lingqing's orders and were directly under Gu Lingqing. They could even ignore the president's orders. But now, they completely obeyed Baya. In some ways, she was indeed more popular. Lu Shuang woke up early in the morning. He opened his eyes, sat up, and looked at his side. Shinian was no longer there. She remembered that he had the habit of jogging. This habit was the same as Baya. She chose a small suit from the cabinet, tied her hair into a braid, and put on makeup. She darkened her skin, thickened her eyebrows, and made herself look more boorish. Her lips were darker, making her look colder. She even applied shadow powder on her face to make it more three-dimensional. She was going to follow Shani Yin from today onwards. She might attend many public events, especially during the military parade. If she dressed up too gorgeously, it would be too eye-catching. It was best to keep a low profile. The uglier she looked, the less likely those fans of Shani Yin would attack her. She went out. Shani Yin had just finished jogging and came in from outside. When he saw her, he was stunned. You just climbed out from the coal. Why are you so dark? Lu Shuang rolled his eyes at him. It's so early in the morning. Can't you say something nice? Mine is called smoky makeup. Shen Yin sneered. I heard that smoky makeup only darkens the eyes. Your whole face is black. He paused. Don't tell me your whole body is black too. Lu Shuang did not want to talk to Sheni Yin anymore. He sat at the dining table and supported his chin with both hands. He did not go to take a shower. Instead, he came in front of her and looked at her face. You have a legendary Guan Gongmei. You're ugly enough usually. You can barely be seen when you dress up nicely. But now, you're so ugly that it's affecting the appearance of the city. Lu Shuang frowned. You don't have to look at me if I'm ugly. Your wife at home is very pretty. You could just look at your wife. Sheni Yin's face turned cold. Her eyes glinted. She turned and walked upstairs. Lu Shuang felt that he should be angry. Why did he look down on her? She was ugly and proud. How could he hit her so early in the morning and affect her mood? She did not care if he was angry. She walked to the kitchen and asked the chef, Handsome, is there anything to eat? I'm hungry. Oh, it's ready. I'll bring it out for you now, the chef said respectfully. Thank you, Lu Shuang said politely. He turned around and sat at the dining table, waiting for the chef to bring his breakfast for the day. A basket of soup dumplings, a cup of soy milk, and a poached egg. Call me if it's not enough, the chef said. Thank you. It's enough. You're really good. I like it, Lu Shuang praised. The chef smiled and went to the kitchen to continue working. Lu Shuang was almost done eating when she saw Shan Yin and Hua Zixing walking down the stairs. They were whispering something. A talented man and a beautiful woman. What a perfect match. She lowered her head and ate the last steamed bun before walking out of the restaurant. Shen Yin's face turned colder. She frowned. Where are you going? Lu Shuang looked at her lazily. I'm going out for a walk. I won't affect your appetite. Call me when you're leaving. She did not wait for Shen Yin to speak and left. Shen Yin had nowhere to vent his anger, so she sat down on the chair. What's wrong? Did you two fight? Hua Zixing asked gently. I said that her makeup is ugly, Shen Yin said. Girls hate it when people call them ugly. You should apologize to her later. I don't think she's a petty person. She'll be appeased soon, Hua Zixing said with a smile. Shen Yin reflected. He was angry because she always used his wife to stop him. He had said and explained many times that he and Hua Zixing were just in agreement. She even said that it would be better for him to go see his wife. She looked like she didn't care at all. He did not know what he was thinking at that time. He just felt angry. Maybe he felt that she was being unreasonable. But thinking about it, when had she ever been reasonable? I'll go see her first. Shinian got up and went out without breakfast to look for Lu Shuang. Huazik stared at Shinian's back as a strange emotion flashed through her eyes. She raised the corner of her lips and lowered her head, returning to her usual gentle self. Shinian found Lu Shuang, who was throwing stones by the lake. Hello, I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 589. She grabbed a handful of them and threw them one by one. She liked to hear the thud, as though she was throwing away her anger. Why was she angry? In terms of looks, she was no match for Hua Zixing, but in terms of age, she was a few years older than her. She did not look good with makeup, but Shinian was just stating the truth. Later, I'll get the makeup artist to teach you how to do makeup, Shinian said. Lu Shuang looked at her. Why do I need to look good? My future boss will be worried. Shinian frowned. Are you trying to make me angry? I have nothing to say to you. We are not on the same level, and it's too tiring to communicate. Lu Shuang threw a handful of stones into the river and clapped her hands. Can we go now? Shinian held her hand and her eyes dimmed. You know I like to joke. Are you angry because I said you are ugly? Lu Shuang smirked. If I get angry over such a small matter, then wouldn't I become a punching bag? Then why are you out alone? Isn't it cold outside? It won't affect your meal. Didn't you say that I was affecting the city? What makeup are you wearing? You really don't look good, Shunian said and let go of her hand. Lu Shuang chuckled. In the eyes of the president, I am just one of your women who needs to be beautiful every day to please your visual nerves. But to me, I'm more like your secretary. You have your own topics to talk about. If I were to put on a pretty face, I would probably be drowned in it. I want to be low-key, and more low-key. The uglier I am, the safer I am. There won't be any reporters following me, and they won't be able to capture anything, Shinian explained. Aren't we going to parade? Those soldiers aren't human anymore. They don't have saliva. Aren't the people around you human? They don't have saliva anymore. It's tiring talking. Lu Shuang turned around. Shinian hugged her from behind. Lu Shuang was so nervous that his back was stiff. Brother, are there satellite cameras? Last night, the presidential palace blocked the signal. The satellite can't capture it. Lu Shuang relaxed a little and looked at him. Why are you hugging me? I'm not affecting the city anymore. Didn't you say that I would be worried? Good job, Shinian said with a smile. This guy's smile was really flirtatious. He could be considered one of the most handsome men in the world. When did I say that you would be worried? Lu Shuang didn't remember saying that. Shinian's face darkened. My future husband, why don't you have the self-awareness of being my future wife? This. Lu Shuang didn't want to argue with him and changed the topic. Are you ready to go? The procedures for the parade will be issued today, right? Under normal circumstances, my secretary will arrange my necessary itinerary for the next week and flexibly deal with those that are necessary but not urgent. The last one is the emergency itinerary. The parade is considered a necessary but not urgent itinerary. You will know when you go to my office. Then, there are 2 meetings in the morning. You can rest in my office. I'm resting in the office, Shinian explained. During the parade, can I see the files of all the soldiers? Lu Shuang asked tentatively. If you want to see all the files of the soldiers, I just need to open the database, and it will be there. What you want to see should be my formless, right? Shinian said directly. Lu Shuang knew that he couldn't hide it, so he didn't quibble. He nodded and said, I saw the person who killed my mother. He was wearing the same clothes as the person who tried to assassinate me on the island. Gu Lingqing said that it was formless. Formless belongs to me. Their information is not in the database. I can arrange for you to go and see it. If you see who the murderer is, tell me. I will not tolerate it. Shinian promised. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. He felt a little burdened. If you do this, will people talk about you? I feel like you're a little angry for a beauty. Shinian smirked. First of all, you can't violate a military order. Doing this behind my back is a capital offense. Shinian took her hand and walked to the villa. After I have breakfast. Shinian held her hand and walked towards the villa. After I finish breakfast. Then, Shinian took her hand and walked to the villa. After I have breakfast. Shenyan just held her hand and led her back to the villa. Lu Shuang felt that he was really childish. He was a little brother after all. She followed Shun Yin back to the villa. Hua Zixing had already finished eating. She looked at Lu Shuang and said with a smile, "Actually, I think this makeup is very special. It's valiant and has a unique style." "Yeah, I think so too," Lu Shuang said with a smile. "Do me one day too. I think it's quite interesting." Lu Shuang pointed at Shun Yin and whispered to Hua Zixing, "I will do one for him one day too." Okay. It's quite interesting just thinking about it," Hua Zixing said with a smile. Lu Shuang realized something. Nan Gongyu was missing. She used to follow Hua Zixing around. She looked at Shun Yin and asked, "That Nan Gongyu, did you really punish her? How could it be fake?" Shun Yin looked at her helplessly. She sat down and said in a low voice, "Eat with me a little more." "I'm full," Lu Shuang refused. "It's very late for lunch today," Shun Yin reminded him. "Then I'll eat a little more." Lu Shuang was straightforward. Hua Zixing pursed her lips and laughed. "You're really cute." Lu Shuang felt a little uncomfortable being praised like that. She picked up a small steam bun and took a big bite. The fat fell off. Shun Yin immediately took a tissue and wiped the corner of her mouth. "You don't need your makeup anymore. Who stole it from you?" "I developed this habit in Gu Lingqing's military. They demand that we eat in 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, there's nothing left to eat," Lu Shuang complained. Gu Lingqing's military is the most disciplined, prestigious, and has the best results. "But why did you go to his military? Wasn't it better to have your father take care of you in the hospital?" Shun Yin asked casually. Lu Shuang's eyes dimmed. She thought of her father, her mother, and Baiya. "At that time, we agreed to go to the military with Baiya. I went in, but Baiya went to America." She shrugged and said indifferently, "This is fate. Although I never believed in fate, Baiya believed in it. Now I believe in it too." She had lost her appetite. She rubbed her stomach and put down her chopsticks. "I'm so full. I feel like I've gained 2 kilograms in the 2 days I've been here." "You look better with more weight." "Hey, Shun Yin, how much do you dislike my looks?" Lu Shuang glanced at him. "Other than your looks, your IQ is worrying too," Shun Yin said with a smile. Chapter 590. You saved the Milky Way in your past life. "Don't thank me. Thank the Milky Way." Lu Shuang was speechless. Hua Zixing pursed her lips and laughed. "You guys are making me laugh." Hee. "Then what did I do in my past life?" "You are the Milky Way," Lu Shuang said. Hee. Hua Zixing laughed so hard that she was about to cry. Shun Yin put down her chopsticks. "All right, get ready to leave in 5 minutes. Put on a down jacket. The weather forecast says it's going to be cold." "Can I move my computer? Didn't you say you have 2 meetings in the morning?" "There are a lot of files in your office. I'm afraid I might accidentally delete them," Lu Shuang said softly. "Follow me in the morning. I'll take you to the cabinet," Hua Zixing said softly. "The cabinet? I still need to level up. There won't be any bugs tomorrow." Lu Shuang rejected her politely. Hua Zixing looked at Shun Yin. Lu Shuang surprised her once again. Many women wanted to go to the cabinet, which was filled with the wives of the rich and powerful, but Lu Shuang only wanted to play games. How could such a woman become the president's wife? Shun Yin also noticed this and said in a low voice, "I can delay the bug for a few more days. Follow Zixing to the cabinet. I'll have to trouble you to take care of her." "Don't worry, I'll definitely take good care of her." Hua Zixing smiled. Asterisk 5 minutes later, the 3 of them sat in Shun Yin's car. Lu Shuang sat in the front passenger seat, and Colonel Chung drove. Lu Shuang turned to look at Shun Yin, who was pretending to be asleep. "I suddenly thought of something. Where's the reward you mentioned?" "The reward for saving the Prime Minister." Shun Yin opened her eyes, a cunning look in them. "Didn't I transfer 3 million to your account? Isn't that because I'm good at games? That level? He only knows how to hide." Shun Yin couldn't help but complain. "Shun Yin, you're so shameless." Lu Shuang couldn't help but complain. Seeing that Lu Shuang was looking at her in disappointment, he smiled. He loved teasing her the most. It was an addiction and a hobby. He said, "I've already asked my secretary to prepare a reward for you. It'll be spectacular." "Spectacular?" Even more spectacular than 3 million? Lu Shuang asked tentatively. I remember you were a lieutenant when you were in Gulingxing, weren't you? You've made a great contribution this time, so you'll be promoted to captain. It's very difficult for ordinary people to be promoted, Shen Yin explained. That? I think 3 million is more practical, Lu Shuang hinted. Shen Yin ignored Lu Shuang. She closed her eyes and continued to pretend to sleep. Lu Shuang muttered softly, "Cheapskate, drink some cold water." She felt that the last two sentences were inappropriate, so she didn't say it out loud. Shen Yin heard it and smiled. She was in a good mood. He remembered something that happened when he was young. At that time, the high school entrance exam was a test for physical education. Therefore, in the third year of middle school, physical education could not be neglected, especially the 800-meter long-distance race. That day, he saw her give a bottle of Coke to a boy in her class. That boy was only as tall as his neck. At that time, he had ridiculed her. What kind of taste did Lu Shuang have? Not every boy who was less than 1.6 meters was a fighter jet. He easily snatched the Coke from the boy and drank it. He even treated the whole class except for Lu Shuang. He heard Lu Shuang saying that cheapskate, drink cold water, marry a wife, and only have one leg. In the end, she tripped over him while running and twisted her leg. He was in a very good mood. When he passed by Lu Shuang, he felt refreshed. He even teased, "Yo, now you only have one leg left." Later, he found out that Lu Shuang didn't pay for the drink. She borrowed $2.50 from a boy. The boy gave her $5 and asked her to bring him a bottle of Coke. He was kind enough to let the boy go. However, the boy never dared to lend money to Lu Shuang again. The car entered Shen Yin's workplace. After the inspection, it stopped at Shen Yin's office. The guard came to open the door. Shen Yin and Hua Zixing came down. Lu Shuang followed Shen Yin into the office building. Shen Yin's secretary was a white-haired old man. He wore a suit and looked very elegant. He was like a respected teacher in a martial arts novel, with a cool and proud temperament. There was a special logo on the belt of his suit. It should be a work uniform. She had come with Shen Yin on Friday, but she didn't see this person. He asked for leave last week. He is my secretary. His surname is Jiang. You can call him Secretary Jiang from now on. He is in charge of all the secretaries here. He is a very responsible and meticulous senior. I have a lot to learn from him, Shen Yin explained to Lu Shuang. There were very few people that Shen Yin could learn from. Lu Shuang nodded politely. Nice to meet you, Secretary Jiang. I am Lu Shuang Shen, President's assistant. Secretary Jiang nodded indifferently, indicating that he understood. She works directly under me. I will ask her to do some things, Shen Yin said. Only then did Secretary Jiang place his gaze on Lu Shuang's face. He looked her up and down as if he was trying to gauge her capabilities. Lu Shuang felt guilty under his gaze. She straightened her back and tried to look at him directly. At least, she didn't look inferior. Take good care of the president, Secretary Jiang said in a low voice. In front of others, Lu Shuang didn't dare to be too presumptuous. She nodded politely and said, I will follow your instructions. Shen Yin smiled. Sometimes, when Lu Shuang pretended to be good, she could really fool people. He remembered that she didn't do her math paper once. At that time, many people didn't do it. The teacher got angry and asked those who didn't do it to stand up. Many students stood up, and the teacher called their parents. He saw that she didn't do it, but she didn't stand up. She pretended to be calm and calm. He hated that she ignored him, so he raised his hand and told the teacher that she didn't do her math paper. The teacher walked towards her and asked angrily, Where's the math paper? He saw that she said calmly to the teacher, I left it at home. I will bring it tomorrow. In the end, the teacher really let her go. She didn't have great wisdom, but she still had the ability to be anxious. Tell me the main schedule for this week, Shen Yin said. You have 2 meetings in the morning. The main contents of the meetings are about the election of the finance minister, the reform of the education bureau, the discussion of the military parade, and the maneuver of the North and South military regions. This week, you need to visit the old cadres, the empty nesters who were elected last month, and the 2 orphanages. You see, I still need to do those things. I will participate in the invisible maneuver this week. In addition, find a reason to invite successful entrepreneurs from 22 states to City A. I want to meet them, Shinian said. Chapter 591. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. We have to arrange this quickly. Otherwise, we might miss a good opportunity. Our opponent won't give us much time to breathe, Shinian reminded him. Yes, I'll arrange it now. Your meeting will start at 9. Okay, Shinian replied and looked at Hua Zixing. Hua Zixing nodded with a smile and said to Lu Shuang, "Come with me." Lu Shuang walked towards Hua Zixing and looked back at Shinian. He was looking at her too, and the corners of his lips curled up slightly. There were some things that she did not understand. For example, why did Secretary Jiang say that he was more resourceful and far-sighted than her father when he said that he wanted to meet entrepreneurs? The current him seemed to be different from the arrogant and wicked boy he was when he was young. He was more mature, calm, and shrewd than before. It felt like a boy had grown up to be a man. She had a strange feeling in her heart, and she felt a little flustered. She lowered her head and followed Hua Zixing. Don't worry, just stay by my side when the time comes. I can introduce you to the important members. If you don't want to do anything wrong, try not to talk. I'll help you, Hua Zixing said gently. Madam, there's actually no need, Lu Shuang said. I'm not interested in these things. You'll have to interact with them in the future. This is your job and responsibility. You can't avoid it. Maybe it's because your life is simpler, but it doesn't matter. I'll try my best to teach you. If there's anything you don't understand, you can ask me, Hua Zixing said gently. Lu Shuang wanted to say something, but stopped. He was afraid that if he said that he wanted to leave, and if Shunian found out, it would be hard for her to leave. So, he held back and followed Hua Zixing to the cabinet. There was a special meeting room in the cabinet. It was filled with women, and they were all seated according to their positions. The most respected one was Hua Zixing. Hua Zixing was the head of the cabinet. The higher the position, the closer they were to Hua Zixing. Lu Shuang felt that it was inappropriate for him to sit near Hua Zixing, so he walked towards the last seat. Hua Zixing held Lu Shuang's hand and said, Nangongyu usually sits at the first seat on my left to record the meeting minutes. She's been sick for the past few days, so you'll have to take her place. The meeting minutes are on the table in the corner. Hua Zixing's voice was soft and gentle, neither too loud nor too soft. It was just loud enough for everyone to hear. She explained the reason why Lu Shuang came here, so that others wouldn't feel weird when she sat in the first seat. Lu Shuang felt that Hua Zixing's EQ was extremely high. It was something that she could never learn. He nodded respectfully and went to pick up a book and a pen from the table in the corner. Then he sat at the first seat on Hua Zixing's left. Let's have a casual chat. It's almost a new year. What kind of gift would you like to receive and give? Hua Zixing said with a smile. The meeting was dead silent. No one said a word. Lu Shuang didn't know what was going on, so he definitely wouldn't speak. Sitting down was torturous. She would rather play games in front of the computer than now. Hua Zixing looked at Su Zheng's wife on her right. Mrs. Su, what do you think? I think it's a token of our sincerity. Let's just do the same as the previous years. Su Zheng's wife didn't have her own opinion. If it's the same as the previous years, won't it be too perfunctory? Mrs. Wu, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked Zhuo Qiuni's wife. I think we should give out a supermarket card. It can increase the nation's output and also let everyone buy what they like. It's a win-win situation, Mrs. Zhuo Qiuni said. I think it's a good idea. It's more popular and convenient to apply for a supermarket card, someone added. Won't that be too boring? I think it's also a perfunctory idea, Hua Zixing said after some thought. She looked at Lu Shuang. What do you think? Lu Shuang was stunned. I think we could just vote by raising our hands. Those who think it's good, raise your hand. Those who think it's not good, don't raise your hand. Okay, let's vote by raising our hands. Those who think it's good, raise your hand, Hua Zixing said gently. Lu Shuang was the first to raise her hand, and the others followed suit one after another. Then we'll give out a supermarket card and a box of apples. We hope that everyone is safe and healthy. Is that okay? Hua Zixing asked. No one objected. However, Lu Shuang felt that the atmosphere in the meeting room was a little weird. She was a layman, so she kept her head down and wrote in her notebook. New Year's goods, a supermarket card, and a box of apples. I'm going to the orphanage next week. Does anyone want to go with me? Hua Zixing asked. Sir, I'd like to go with you. Lu Shuang saw a woman in her 50s raise her hand. Her voice was trembling, and she sounded like a yes man. Lady Zeng, you shouldn't go. Your husband is in the limelight now. It's not appropriate for you to go to the orphanage to see those innocent children, someone retorted immediately. The wife of the Minister of Education didn't look good. She said awkwardly, those are the doings of his subordinates. He doesn't know about it. He's being wronged. Some places are too far away for him to manage. It's just something that happens in the corner. That's exactly what you're doing. I think there's a big problem with the Ministry of Education. These students are the future of the country. What you're doing is shaking the foundation of the country. The Minister of Education's face was pale. She said angrily, Mrs. Chun, how can you say that? How is it shaking the foundation of the country? According to you, even a plastic bag thrown from the window can make a big hole in the ground. Is this the same thing? The Ministry of Education is training the next generation of the country. Your husband lets some bad students replace the good students. Those bad students have bad characters. They commit murder and arson. They will also lead the good students astray. This kind of behavior is very bad. It's no wonder the foundation of the country will be shaken in the long run. What do you mean my husband let them do that? My husband doesn't know it all. If he knew, he wouldn't let this happen. The wife of the Minister of Education argued. Your husband is in charge of this. If he doesn't know, isn't that a dereliction of duty? Mrs. Chun said sarcastically. Chun Miao, you're in cahoots with that Baiya, right? Are you a lackey? The wife of the Minister of Education said harshly. Lu Shuang's heart skipped a beat when he heard the name Baiya. Chapter 592. She recalled a lot of her past experiences with Baiya. The two of them went to the hospital for their internship together. As they were both newbies, they naturally got closer when they entered. As Baiya's personality was rather cold, they didn't interact much with each other. The turning point was when the internship was about to end. She caught a cold and was in a daze the entire day. She didn't even finish her thesis and thought that it would be bad luck. She didn't expect that Baiya would finish it for her and hand it in. She was a loyal person. After that, she became especially close to Baiya. Slowly, the two of them became good friends. If it wasn't for her mother's matter, she would probably still be best friends with Baiya. Unfortunately, there were no ifs in the world. Her mother wouldn't have come back to life. Now, Baiya was already high up in the sky. The two of them were like strangers. In her heart, there was always some bitterness. The feelings in the past were really sincere. Her heart wasn't made of stone. It would not feel anything. Lu Shuang, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked. Lu Shuang came back to her senses. She was immersed in her memories and didn't hear what they were talking about. Oh, I don't understand. I won't comment. Hua Zixing was stunned and smiled. She really didn't expect Lu Shuang to have such an answer. Did she overestimate her? Can anyone explain in detail? Hua Zixing said gently. It's like this. This Lady Zeng is the wife of the Minister of Education. Now that there's a big problem in the Ministry of Education, I don't think it's appropriate for the minister's wife to follow the president's wife to the orphanage, Chun Miao said. What's inappropriate about it? I want to see that the child's heart is good. If you insist on scaring people like Baiya, I feel that you have bad intentions, the minister's wife said angrily. Nowadays, everything that's being posted on the internet is the truth. How is it an alarmist? Look, the child's heart is good. Who would believe that? If it was good, why would they let a poor student take over the position of a good student? Chun Miao refused to let go of this matter. Lady Zeng said that her husband didn't know about it. I believe that the Minister of Education is also investigating this matter. I don't think the children in the orphanage should be involved in this matter. What do you think? Mrs. Zhuo Qiuni said. She was experienced and prudent. As soon as she spoke, everyone was silent for a few seconds. Hua Zixing smiled and did not speak. Mrs. Zhuo, Deputy Director Zhuo, is in charge of the education department. You won't cover for her, will you? Chun Miao said sarcastically. If they find out the truth, they will definitely be punished severely. However, before the truth is out, it will show that they have bad intentions to speculate and slander us. Mrs. Chun, your husband, is the director of the Provincial Public Security Bureau. What do you think? Mrs. Zhua Chuani said calmly. Maybe it was because of her age and experience. Although she said this with a smile, it was a strong deterrent. I've said what I think. I can't do anything if you want to cause public anger. If you don't listen to good people, you will suffer. Chen Miao shrugged and looked indifferent. Lu Shuang, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked softly. Lu Shuang blinked. Didn't Hua Zixing tell him to talk less? He kept asking her what she thought. Did she think that the meeting could be adjourned? Actually, Lady Zeng wants to go to the orphanage to whitewash herself and make everyone think that she is very caring. Because she went with the president's wife, she also wants others to know that the president doesn't think that there is a problem with the Minister of Education. She wants those who are watching the show to shut up. Mrs. Chun thinks that the Ministry of Education is in the limelight now. If she goes with the president's wife to the orphanage, it will drag the president down with her and make others think that the president is unfair. Also, if there is a problem with the Ministry of Education, whitewashing herself like this will make people hate her. I think that going to the orphanage is fine. After all, everyone has the responsibility to love the orphans. However, it is not suitable to go to the orphanage when it is in the limelight. It will make people feel that there is something wrong with it. But I don't know much about it. In the end, it is up to you to decide. Lu Shuang smiled at Lady Zeng to show his friendliness. Everyone fell silent after she finished speaking. The atmosphere was oppressive. The people here didn't speak clearly. They stood in a high position and looked dignified. If they didn't say their private messages, they would seem hypocritical. Lu Shuang's words were very honest and thought-provoking. Mrs. Zhuo, what do you think? Hua Zixing asked Mrs. Zhuo Chuani. Lu Shuang glanced at the other people's expressions. She guessed that Mrs. Zhuo was the most respected person here, so even Hua Zixing was afraid of her. Mrs. Zhuo Chuani smiled. Indeed, Advisor Lu's words make sense. Before the investigation is complete, it would be inappropriate for Madame Zeng to go to the orphanage. It wouldn't be too late to go after the investigation is complete. Mrs. Zhuo Chuani looked at Lu Shuang with a smile. Lu Shuang realized that Advisor Lu was referring to her. I don't know if I'm right. Just wait and see. Lu Shuang tried to play dumb. She wasn't Advisor Lu. She wouldn't take sides with anyone. She needed to solve her own problems first. She didn't want to get involved in someone else's mess. Then it's decided. We'll have plenty of opportunities to go to the orphanage in the future. Mrs. Zhuo, Mrs. Su, can you two come with me this time? Hua Zixing asked. Su Zheng's wife nodded. I'm fine with it. Mrs. Zhuo Chuani pursed her lips and said meaningfully, I'm not going. I don't know if it's because of my water inversion, but I can't catch a cold. Maybe it's because I'm old and I can't be compared to young people. Mrs. Zhuo, you have to take care of yourself. Nothing else matters except your health. Hua Zixing said gently. You're right, leader. Mrs. Zhuo Chuani nodded. Who else wants to sign up? Hua Zixing asked. I like kids. I have to prepare some presents for them. Chen Miao said with a smile. Hua Zixing nodded. Thank you, everyone. Let's call it a day. Let's adjourn. Lu Shuang wrote in his notebook, the president's wife will take Mrs. Su and Chen Miao to the orphanage. Hua Zixing stood up and walked to the door. Lu Shuang put the notebook on the table in the corner and left with Hua Zixing. She felt the air was much fresher as soon as she walked out. What did you see in the meeting? Hua Zixing asked in a low voice. The meeting is over. I didn't see anything. I'm a bit dizzy. Lu Shuang felt like he was taking a mock exam. She scratched her head. Her hair, which had been tied up neatly, was now in a mess. Chapter 593. Just the sound of it made it sound very difficult. If I knew all this, I wouldn't be so useless now. Please forgive me. I'm a little sleepy and want to sleep. I slept late last night. Lu Shuang yawned. Hua Zixing sighed. Take it slow. Ian is still in a meeting. Why don't you sleep in my room? There's a lounge in my room. Thank you, Mrs. President. You're the best. Hurry up and take me there, Lu Shuang urged, smiling as she hugged Hua Zixing's arm. Hua Zixing's lips twitched as she brought her to her room. Lu Shuang took off her shoes and clothes. She climbed into bed and got under the blanket. She waved at Hua Zixing. Please close the door. Thank you. Hua Zixing closed the door for her. Lu Shuang stared at the white ceiling. She felt a little bitter in her heart. Let the ending develop in the direction she wanted. She needed to show her power and control people's hearts. She really didn't know how to do all this. She was too casual and didn't use her brain much. She would get along with people she could get along with sincerely. She wouldn't get along with people she couldn't get along with. She didn't have so much time to think of schemes and strategies. She couldn't do that. People like her were more suited to find a stable job and a husband who worked from 9 to 5. She would gather with friends every few days, drink tea, and go shopping. She and Shen Yin. Impossible. Just thinking about it gave her a headache. She'd better not think about it. She closed her eyes and went to sleep. Hua Zixing was sitting in front of the office chair when her phone rang. She saw the caller ID and smiled. She answered. You're here. Yes, I'm here. Have you learned everything you need to learn? Hua Zixing asked. Yes. Go back to the President Palace and wait for me. I'll be back at noon. My garden is on the 3rd floor. Do you like it? Hua Zixing said with a smile. Yes, you planted it. I'll definitely like it. I won't disturb you anymore. I'll go over now. Okay. See you at noon. Hua Zixing hung up the phone with a smile on her face. She continued to look at the computer. Lu Shuang was woken up by her phone ringing. She looked at the caller ID and saw that it was Shen Yin. He didn't know why, but he was still feeling down. He answered Shen Yin's call while lying down. Where? Shen Yin asked. Lying on your... She didn't finish the word wife and change her words. Sleeping on Hua Zixing's side. I'm here to pick you up. It's time for lunch. We'll go to the training base in the afternoon, Shen Yin said with a smile. She seemed to be in a good mood. Yes. Lu Shuang sat up. He felt cold and put on his clothes. When he got up from the bed, Shen Yin pushed open the door and entered the room. He closed the door again, came to her side, hugged her waist, and kissed her lips. Lu Shuang covered his lips. I didn't brush my teeth. It's not like I despise you. It's not like you've been dirty for a day or two. Shen Yin smiled and looked at him dotingly. Shen Yin rolled her eyes at him. You're the dirty one. Yes, I'm dirty. We're a pair in the sky. We're both dirty. I didn't brush my teeth either, Shen Yin said with a smile and kissed her. Lu Shuang didn't put his hand down. He kissed the back of her hand and smiled. It was a smile that could make all living things go crazy. This guy's face had the lethality to charm all living things. Lu Shuang put his hand down. You look like you're in a good mood. He had already found out where their child was. He also knew where she used to live, who she contacted, who she left, who she met, who she rejected. In the future, even if she left, he would be able to find her. Could he tell her? He couldn't. He sat on the bed and pulled her onto his body. His voice became gentler. Am I in a good mood? At least I will grant all your requests now. What do you want? I don't want to go to meetings with Hua Zixing anymore. It's boring. It's just a bunch of women. It's boring, Lu Shuang said immediately. Shen Yin hesitated. Shen Yin, you said that you would grant all my requests just now. You lied to me again, Lu Shuang said coquettishly. Where did that come from? I asked you to follow Hua Zixing to learn more. She received royal education from a young age, and her father is also a member of the royal family. She handles things more meticulously than I do. When you marry me in the future, you'll have to do all this, Shen Yin explained patiently. Shen Yin, you and I have known each other for more than 10 years. Do you think I'm cut out for that? When the teacher was in class for a few more minutes, I was the one who yelled the loudest. I wasn't suited to live in such a well-behaved environment. I didn't have that kind of brain. Every time, Bai would tell me that if I was in the classroom, I would be like this. In a palace drama, I'm sure I'll be the first one to carry the lunchbox. That's why I asked you to learn from Hua Zixing. Lu Shuang lowered his eyes and tugged at the flesh on his finger. I really don't understand why you want to marry me, who is so incompatible with you. If it's possible, I really think that you and Hua Zixing are pretty good. It's good that Hua Zixing and I are like this. She can help me manage the cabinet and get twice the results with half the effort. However, I want to give you a status. I don't want you to follow me with grievances. You don't want to follow me without a status, do you? Yin was a little angry. Her cold eyes narrowed. Hey, Lu Shuang knocked his head. You were the one who said that I would grant you every request. Are you angry again? Shuang, can you be more proactive? Don't make me feel that I'm the only one who wants us to be together, okay? Yin sighed softly and said helplessly. She really didn't want to be together with him. She lowered her eyes. She didn't know why, but there were waves of sadness in her heart. It was like the misty rain of Jiangnan enveloping her heart. It was moist and moist for no reason. Why do you like me? You know how I am. Lu Shuang couldn't figure it out. Yin smiled and looked at him seductively. Because there's only you. I've liked you since junior high. I've confessed to you before. Don't you remember? You confessed to me in junior high? Why did she only remember that he had always bullied her? Didn't the school organize a trip to Qingfeng Park? Yin reminded her. She remembered. Was it during the third year of junior high? During the physical examination in the morning and the trip in the afternoon? When did you confess to me? Everyone said that as long as you give a willow branch and the other party accepts it, you can keep the other party and become a couple, Yin explained. She remembered the willow branch part. She still remembered that it was a very good day. The sun was high in the sky and there were no clouds in the sky. She bought an ice cream and saw a group of classmates sitting on the ground in a circle. One look and she knew that they were gossiping. She went over happily. Chapter 594. He ran so fast that she couldn't catch up with him. She stood on the bridge, panting. After a while, she saw him walking over with an ice cream in his hand. He asked in a relaxed and teasing tone, "Is the willow branch for me?" She was so angry that she was about to explode. She felt that Yin had spoiled her ice cream on purpose so that she could eat it in front of him to show off. "You accompany me to eat ice cream," she said angrily. Yin passed the ice cream to her. She was shocked and suspected that the ice cream was poisoned. Otherwise, why would he really give her ice cream? She picked up the willow branch and whipped him. Just once. When she was about to whip him for the second time, he grabbed the branch. He said, "Hey, you are so fierce. Be careful that no one will marry you." "It's none of your business." She whipped the willow branch. He held it tightly. "Isn't this what you wanted to give me?" She thought that she had vented her anger by whipping him just now. She didn't want the willow branch anymore, since it was his anyway. She let go of it, glared at him, and left. He couldn't remember the things that happened after that, but he had a clear memory of this incident. "Do you remember?" Yin asked her. "I didn't know that the willow branch had the intention to confess. No one told me. Where did it go after that?" Lu Shuang asked curiously. Yin chuckled. "In the President Palace, in my room, hanging on the wall. Didn't you notice?" Lu Shuang's eyes widened and her heart trembled violently. Yin really liked her? "I didn't see it." Lu Shuang shook her head in disbelief. Yin scratched her nose. "What can you see? I'll take you back to see it after dinner. Aren't we eating at your house?" Yin knocked her head. "What house? That's your house too. If you don't want to go, I'll take you to another place for dinner. Don't you like eating fish?" "I don't like fish." "Who told you that?" Lu Shuang was confused. She was very casual when it came to food. She would eat whatever was delicious. "Didn't you always go fishing with your friends?" Yin remembered correctly. He knew her whereabouts like the back of his hand. "So, you taking me out to eat fish?" "Yes. There's a fish feast that's especially good. When it comes to cooking fish banquets, Baiya's cooking is the best. Her cooking skills are top-notch," Lu Shuang praised. Yin looked at her deeply. "Are you really not going to forgive Baiya? She's your best friend." Lu Shuang paused. His eyes dimmed, and he shook his head. The deeper their feelings were, the more hurt they would be. It was to the extent that they would never see each other again. Yin held her hand and walked out of the room. When Hua Zixing saw them, she stood up and smiled. "You go back first. I'll eat somewhere else with Lu Shuang," Yin said to Hua Zixing. "Okay. Have you arranged everything?" Hua Zixing asked worriedly. "Yes. Thank you for your hard work these few days. Call me if anything happens." Yin said to Hua Zixing politely. It was as if there was always a distance between them. It wasn't cold or hot. It's my job, Hua Zixing said with a smile. She watched Lu Shuang and Yin leave. They left. They were all dressed up. Yin only brought Colonel Chung with him. They drove to the back door of a restaurant in the downtown area and went straight to the private room on the third floor. We're out in broad daylight. Is it okay? Lu Shuang asked worriedly. He looked to the left and then to the right. There were only the three of them in the entire corridor. Don't worry. Yin comforted her. She brought her to the private room and sat down. She explained, this is the third floor. No one can come up except for special staff. It's so troublesome and scary. Isn't that right, Colonel Chung? Lu Shuang looked at Colonel Chung. Colonel Chung lowered his head and smiled. He didn't say anything. If the president did this a few more times, his life would be shortened by a few years. He was terrified. You see, don't do this in the future, Lu Shuang suggested. I bought this restaurant for you. I brought you here to take a look, Yin said. Lu Shuang was surprised. He pointed at his nose and said, You gave it to me. She couldn't take it away. She couldn't bear to give it to him. Who else can I give it to if not you? Yin's lips twitched. The staff had already prepared Yin's lunch. They lined up to send it over. Lu Shuang looked at it. It was really sumptuous. There were all kinds of delicacies made of fish in various styles. With this, Baiye's fish feast was more homely. Lu Shuang took a bite of the round, pancake-like thing. It's delicious. How do you make this? Yin looked at the staff next to her. The staff explained respectfully. First, cut the fish into minced meat. Then, put in the cooked mutton and a small amount of flour. In the ratio of 5:3:1, put in the lotus leaves and bake it in the oven at 500 degrees for 5 minutes. Then, take it out and wrap the shaped fish and mutton in the chicken. After that, you cut them into slices and pour the gravy over them. This is the fish playing with the lotus leaves that you are eating now. Lu Shuang, she was just asking casually. She didn't need to answer so seriously. She wouldn't do it anyway if she heard it. She twitched the corner of her mouth. She'd better keep her head down and eat. Introduce this Taoist to her, Yin ordered. Spare me, Lu Shuang said. What are you afraid of? I'm not asking you to learn. Why don't you let me learn faster? Yin said dotingly. She gestured to the staff with her eyes. The staff nodded and continued to introduce seriously. The main recipe of this meatball is to beat the fish into minced meat. Then, add the prawn meat and sorghum flour. Put them together and beat them until they are smooth. Then, freeze the various fillings and wrap them in the meatball. The meatball is coated with a thin layer of flour mixed with egg white. Fried in a pan of oil for about 3 minutes. Then, take the meatball out to cool down. Then, make a simple duck pot. Put the roast duck and bamboo shoots together and cook them until they are soft. Then, fish out all the bamboo shoots and put the meatball in. Cook it for 5 minutes. What about the bamboo shoots? Lu Shuang asked. The staff smiled. This Taoist farmhouse is made with those bamboo shoots. The method is, all right, I don't need to know how to make it. Thank you for your hard work. I'm going to dig in. Lu Shuang stopped her from continuing. She took a bite of the farmhouse. In short, it was super delicious. How is it? Yin asked. Lu Shuang gave her a thumbs up. Yin smiled. Didn't you say that I'm stingy? The income from this place will be directly deposited into your bank account. Lu Shuang paused and gave him an ambiguous look. Afraid that he would see through her emotions, she lowered her head again. Hello, everyone. I'm Qin Tang Tang. You can follow me on WeChat. Chapter 595. She was going to leave soon. Even if he gave it to her, she wouldn't dare to take it. After the meal, Lu Shuang saw the painting that Yin was talking about. It turned out that he really brought back that willow branch. He didn't make it into a specimen, but he processed it and made it into a miniature willow tree. Beside the willow tree was a bridge. On the bridge, a man and a woman stood facing each other. The woman was holding a willow branch and the man was holding an ice cream. Wasn't this the scene they used to see? This is a 3-sided painting. You can see it differently from different angles. Yin pulled her to the center. In the middle, the painting was changed. The woman was holding an ice cream, and the man was holding a willow branch. Wow, it's amazing. It's not as amazing as insomnia. After making all three sides, you used the principle of optics. Didn't we have a lot of such designs on our pencil boxes when we were young? I remember it was on your pencil box, too, Xinyan explained. How could she remember the pencil box when she was young? Xinyan held her hand and walked to the right side. In the painting, a man and a woman were kissing. Lu Shuang blushed instantly. This guy was too imaginative. What did you make this? As for the junior high school graduation, I prepared a gift for you and told you not to forget me. Even if we were not in the same place, we should keep in touch. I waited for you at the airport for 2 hours, but you didn't come. You even turned off your phone. Xinyan recalled. His eyes were sharp. Her eyes were sharp and sad. She vaguely remembered that her classmates called her one by one, saying that Xinyan was leaving and that she was at the airport now. She wanted to sleep. There were too many calls from her classmates, so she just turned off her phone. At that time, she thought that it was great. Xinyan had finally left, and her good days were coming. She went back to sleep with a sweet dream. Did you ask those classmates to call me? Lu Shuang asked in disdain. You even said that I called over 20 of my classmates to tell you that I was at the airport. Why didn't you send me off? Xinyan frowned and asked with anger in her eyes. If she said that she wanted to sleep, he would probably explode in anger. She pointed at the painting on the wall. The leaves of the willow branch look quite fresh. Did you do something to trick me recently? It's vacuum inside. Of course it's fresh. Do you want me to take it out and let you study it? Is it the one you used to smoke me? Xinyan's eyes turned colder. She didn't say the reason, but he could guess it. Didn't you like me at all before? Xinyan asked. I don't like you. I hate you. I look forward to your transfer every day. Lu Shuang said whatever was on his mind. After saying that, she looked at Xinyan's face and knew that he was angry. She couldn't lose her confidence. You bullied me every day. You didn't even do your homework. You even gave the teacher the love letter that someone gave me. You treated the whole class to dinner, but not me. You even played tricks on me and made me look bad. Lu Shuang complained. Did I have to watch you fall in love with someone else? If I didn't bully you, how would you remember me? Xinyan said with her eyes drooping. Her face was still sullen. You said that you liked me, but you married someone else. Lu Shuang's eyes widened. Xinyan frowned and her eyes softened. Lu Shuang felt that it was useful. He said, If you like me, why did you marry someone else? Xinyan hugged Lu Shuang and explained, I have the responsibility of the family. My father made a lot of enemies. If the Shun family doesn't rise, many people will suffer. When you step down, many people will suffer too, right? Xinyan looked at her deeply. After a moment of silence, she said seriously, I promise you, I will marry you in 1 year at most. When my contract with Hua Zixing expires, I won't let you work so hard. Why? Those people will still suffer. Lu Shuang was confused. If I can't establish my own power in 4 years, then I won't be able to be the president. No matter how much time I have, it won't help. I don't want to let you down again. He knew that if he let her down again, he would lose her forever. Lu Shuang had a strange feeling in his heart. It was a very special feeling. Women were soft-hearted and moved animals. Because they were moved, they could ignore the other party's appearance, figure, family, background, and so on. Personally, he felt honored and incredible to be liked by Xinyan. Xinyan was the president. In addition to being beautiful, he was also a little younger than her. In terms of power, he was the best. He had good skills. Although his character was sometimes bad, sometimes it was okay. It was like she tried her best to buy a house with 2 bedrooms and 1 living room in City A, but God gave her a big mansion in City A. In addition to being pleasantly surprised, she was more unable to adapt to it. So she had a feeling of unreality. He kissed her on the lips. Lu Shuang took a step back subconsciously. Xinyan hugged her waist even faster. His eyes flashed with a cold glint, hiding his pain and anger. You still haven't fallen in love with me? How can I like you? If she said no, would he crush her death? His current reaction was a little scary, and his grip on her waist was very strong. Didn't you want to kiss me? I want to brush my teeth. Lu Shuang had an idea. Yin lowered his head and kissed her lips. His red tongue swept across her teeth. Her heart was beating fast. There was a kind of moisture and surging, as if some kind of emotion was about to rush out of her brain. She was a little repulsed, but she couldn't resist. She looked at him with her eyes wide open. He looked at her too. There was pain in his eyes, but he didn't hide it. This was different from his usual arrogant and superior look. She was almost cross-eyed. She closed her eyes. Yin was teasing her. He was teasing her so much that she couldn't think. Would he be able to let go of her if she responded to him? She stuck her tongue into his mouth. Yin was even more excited. His breathing became heavier. He carried her up, put her on the bed, and took off his suit. Shouldn't he let her go? I think we should take a shower first. Calm down. And before she could finish, he kissed her lips, threw his clothes beside the pillow, and unbuckled his belt. Lu Shuang pushed him away. He felt that he was too overbearing. Yin, I can't run away. Take a shower first. Yin was pushed away. He was unhappy. I'm not dirty. I'm dirty. I don't mind. He lowered his head. Chapter 596. You can be shy. How could he not believe it? She wanted to slap him. Carry me to the bathroom. You can't carry me, can you? She decided to goad him. He had no choice but to carry her and walk toward the bathroom. Lu Shuang got what she wanted. She was happy and kissed him on the lips. Little Yin, be good. What did you call me? Do you believe that I won't let you go now? Yin was not satisfied with the way he addressed him. Big Yin? His eyes became more charming. Call me hubby. Lu Shuang pursed her lips. She couldn't say it out loud. No, not yet. You want someone other than your husband to F***CKU. He asked in a husky voice as he put her in the bathtub. I haven't taken off my clothes yet. Lu Shuang was anxious. He placed his hands on both sides of the bathtub and pinned her inside. He looked down at her and said, You haven't answered me yet. Well, not yet, right? Lu Shuang was afraid that her clothes would get wet if he suddenly turned on the water, so she took off her clothes. That's not the question. Do you like me now? Yin asked. The answer made him a little nervous, and he couldn't even breathe properly. Lu Shuang hesitated. The longer she hesitated, the worse Yin's face became. I like you, Lu Shuang said. She was just brushing him off, but when she said those words, her heart trembled. If he told too many lies, he would scare himself. Yin smiled, and his mood suddenly became better. If you dare to lie to me, I will kill you. Can you regret it? She felt guilty. No, I will kill you even if I regret it, Yin said domineeringly. He took off his other clothes and adjusted the water temperature. Seeing that she was almost ready, he filled the bathtub with water. The warm water was steaming, and soon the bathroom became misty, as if it was covering the man and the woman with a layer of shyness, creating a beautiful and dreamy dream. He looked at her with a burning gaze. Lu Shuang felt uncomfortable being stared at by him. He remembered what he had said, that he had liked her since he was in junior high school. Suddenly, his heart throbbed, as if a small stone had been thrown into a calm lake, creating circles of ripples. She cleared her throat. I still want to brush my teeth. Is that okay? Yin squeezed out the toothpaste, filled a cup with water, and handed it to her. She quickly took it and peeked at him. He was also brushing his teeth. His side profile was beautiful beyond compare. Lu Shuang thought of something else. After you left City A, I heard a lot of news about you. They said that you have many girlfriends. Yin looked at her. You believe in rumors? Actually, I've seen you before. When I was traveling, I saw you hugging a beautiful woman and entering a hotel. I happened to be staying in that hotel, Lu Shuang said. Yin remained silent. After he left City A, he did not get a response from her. He was frustrated, so he did have many girlfriends. To be honest, he had forgotten their faces and names. They did not date for long. The longest was 3 months, and the shortest was a day. One of them looked like Lu Shuang, so he brought her on a trip. At first, he had planned to sleep with that girl, so he only got a room. But in the end, it did not happen. He looked at that girl like a shy bride, looking at him lovingly, waiting for him. He thought that if it was Lu Shuang who brought her to the hotel, she would definitely give him a slap or a punch. She would not be so obedient. After all, they were not her. He felt bored and went to ask for another room. He did not touch that girl, and when he went back, he broke up with her. From then on, he did not look for another girlfriend. When he knew that she was going on a blind date, he came immediately. He knew that he had never forgotten about her. He also knew that he only wanted her. I did not do anything with her, Shiniyin said. Lu Shuang chuckled. She did not believe him at all. She had seen it. You should install some kind of membrane on your man. Otherwise, I would not be able to tell. Do you still remember our first time? Shiniyin asked. Remember my A** guess. That B* starred Su Jiran drug me. Just thinking about it makes me angry. Shiniyin poked her head. You even laughed at me for being fast. Have you forgotten? Lu Shuang tried hard to recall. She could not remember it, but it seemed like it was like that in the video. She smiled and said, Shiniyin, did you install an accelerator and it was done in the blink of an eye? A man's first time is fast, Shiniyin explained. Really? Then next time Before she could finish, he kissed her. He nipped at her lips with his. It hurts. Lu Shuang pushed him away and covered her lips. She looked at her finger. It was bleeding. She was furious. Shiniyin, are you crazy? Let's see if you will spout nonsense again. I want to see which man dares to get close to you. Do you want to die? Shiniyin said with reddened eyes. She realized that he seemed to have taken it seriously. I was just joking. You are not allowed to joke, he said domineeringly. His voice became gentle again. I don't feel comfortable listening to it. He kissed her. This time it was very gentle. He licked the blood and soothed her wound. Slowly, he moved down her chin to her neck and collarbone. Lu Shuang felt a little itchy and numb. What should she do? She felt like she was going to fall for him. Fall for Shuniyin? She shuddered. It was scary just thinking about it. She pushed him. He held her hand and pressed it on the top of her head. He kissed her arm. There was more and more water in the bathtub. It was so warm that it enveloped her. He stepped in and looked at her with burning eyes. He said softly, Xiao Shuang, don't push me away anymore. You said you like me. She didn't know. She was confused, and worried. He continued to kiss her. It was moist, hot, charming, and dreamy. She gradually couldn't think. She took everything from him. Her breathing became uneven, and her voice became sweet. It mixed with his panting, forming a beautiful music score. Ripple, ripple, half an hour later. Lu Shuang was resting on the bed, thinking about life. She was getting older. She was not as stubborn and persistent as she was when she was young. Her love was not so pure. She didn't know if it was because she was used to it or because Shuniyin's skills were too good. She actually liked it, annoyance and irritation. This was not a good state. What's wrong? Shuniyin asked when she saw her holding her forehead speechlessly. Lu Shuang came back to her senses. She couldn't tell him what she was thinking about. She turned around and changed the topic. Well, didn't you say we were going to the invisible training base in the afternoon? Chapter 597. She turned around and faced him. I think you look better than Hua Zixing when you dress up as a girl. Why do men need to be good-looking? Shuniyin said seriously. Lu Shuang burst into laughter. To attract me. I like good-looking men. He played with her long hair. Then I'd better be good-looking. Lu Shuang's eyes turned into crescents as he smiled. Then why do you like me? It's because I'm good-looking, right? What do you mean by good-looking? Shuniyin said in disdain. Lu Shuang's eyes drooped. He was in a good mood. He put his arm around her shoulders and pulled her into his embrace. There are many good-looking people in the world. Many good-looking people are old and no longer look good. I don't care about looks. I think I like you because you did my homework for me for 3 years. Only you alone. Only you did my homework for 3 years. You should have said so earlier. If you had, I wouldn't have done your homework for you. Lu Shuang was so angry that his intestines were turning green. Shuniyin knocked her head. Did you forget when you were feeling good just now? I was just joking. Can I just joke? Don't hit me again or I'll flip out. Lu Shuang frowned and knocked his head. Only then did he feel better. Shuniyin laughed. Flip out? How? Come, let's see if you can. He turned around and put all his weight on her. D***M, you're so heavy. She couldn't move at all. Someone knocked on the door. Lu Shuang was shocked. Hurry up and get up. She didn't want anyone to see her. Shinian glanced at the door unhappily, but still let go of her. He put on his clothes and opened the door. Hua Zixing stood at the door and asked gently, I'm not disturbing you, am I? What's wrong? Shinian asked indifferently. There's someone I want you to meet. Are you free now? Hua Zixing asked in a friendly tone. Shinian didn't want to be angry at her. She calmed herself down and became calm and reserved. Nodding, she said, All right, let's go take a look. After that, I should head over to Formless side. Hua Zixing smiled, turned around, and headed for the third floor. Shun Yin frowned when she saw Nan Gongyu. Nan Gongyu walked up to Shun Yin, nodded, and said respectfully, Hello, President. Shun Yin looked at Hua Zixing. You want me to see her? She's not Nan Gongyu. I hid the real Nan Gongyu in the dungeon, Hua Zixing explained. Shun Yin sized up Nan Gongyu. Be it her height, physique, voice, appearance, manner of speech, or temperament, she was exactly the same as Nan Gongyu. Twins? No, it's the effect of the plastic surgery. When I made the agreement with Nan Gongyu, I had already secretly prepared for it. Nan Gongyu is actually very arrogant and can't control her emotions. It's easy for her to ruin things. I was worried that she would betray us one day, so I made arrangements beforehand. A strange look flashed across Shun Yin's eyes. It seemed like she had already prepared for it 3 years ago. If Hua Zixing was a man, she would probably be an outstanding politician. Her shrewdness and schemes were not as shallow as his. Fortunately, her heart belonged to someone else. Her goal was not to stay by his side, so she wouldn't cause any harm to Lu Shuang. Well done. If you need anything, just let me know, Shun Yin said in a low voice. And all right, then I won't take up any more of your time. Have a safe journey. Bring her and have fun. Remember to pamper her and don't bully her, Hua Zixing said. When Lu Shuang was mentioned, Shun Yin revealed a smile as well. Her expression softened. She's the one bullying me now. How would I dare to bully her? If you scratch her once, she'll definitely scratch you twice. He. Lu Shuang is a very interesting person. All right, hurry up and go find her. Hua Zixing pushed Shun Yin to the door. Shun Yin nodded at her as a farewell and went downstairs. Hua Zixing's eyes dimmed slightly. Do you like him? Nan Gongyu asked. No, how could that be possible? Hua Zixing denied. Zixing, I understand you. If you don't like him, you'll be very magnanimous and tell him not to bring that girl out. You'll analyze the pros and cons from the big picture. After all, he's bringing a girl out. Furthermore, there are many things happening around him, so he needs to be more cautious. But you don't. You use your generosity to encourage them to have fun, because what you want to hide is another side of you. Nan Gongyu analyzed. It's not what you think. Although many things are happening around Shun Yin, everything is under his control. He's developing according to what he wants. He's a very cautious person, and those on the other side are all his trusted aides. Furthermore, that girl is his assistant on the surface, so there's no problem for them to go out together. If they don't go out together, then there'll be a problem. I'm talking about your attitude and the way you handle it. I have my worries. My contract with him will expire in a year, and I yearn for my current position. This position has brought me and my family a lot of convenience. You've seen the Hua family's power as well. Can you deny that this is the result of me marrying Shun Yin? Are you yearning for this position or yearning for that man? Zixing, you can't lie to me. You've fallen in love with him. Nan Gongyu was very certain, because when she was explaining, she revealed an anxious expression. This did not match Hua Zixing's scheming and steadiness. I don't. You know about my body's condition as well. Hua Zixing explained. Indeed, I know your body's condition better than you. You can live a married life with him now, and there's a 50% chance of you giving birth to a child. You want to become his true wife. Zidan, only by facing your own feelings can I help you. Nan Gongyu persuaded earnestly. Xiaoyu, I really don't have that kind of feelings for him. I'm only yearning for my current position. If one day I realize that I've fallen in love with him, I'll tell you. Nan Gongyu held on to Hua Zixing's wrist. Humans have some biological reactions, and they can't lie. Let me ask you now, do you like him or not? Hua Zixing paused for a moment, then retracted her hand. She turned around and was a little flustered. I like him. Nan Gongyu was certain. That man is perfect enough, and he's compatible with you. Xiao Yu, don't do anything. I know what I should do. Hua Zixing said solemnly and furrowed her brows. Amen. Nan Gongyu revealed a smile. It was a very faint smile with a hint of sadness. Hua Zixing turned around to look at her and then regained her happy expression. You've just arrived in a country, and there are a lot of good food in a country. Let's disguise ourselves, and I'll bring you out to eat. Nan Gongyu nodded. Chapter 598. Lu Shuang looked at Nan Gongyu by accident and met Nan Gongyu's eyes. He paused for a second, but before he could take a closer look, Shen Yin turned his head away. He lowered his voice and said to Lu Shuang, "That's not the real Nan Gongyu." What? Lu Shuang was surprised. But she seems to be the real Nan Gongyu? There's a girl named Xing Buhua, who looks exactly like Gu Lingqing. However, she has plastic surgery, but he is natural. Shen Yin explained. Wow, I've seen it for a long time. Lu Shuang thought of Baiya. If Gu Lingqing died, Baiya wouldn't be able to live. Either Xing Buhua is Gu Lingqing, or Baiya is avenging Gu Lingqing now. What if the revenge is over? Lu Shuang didn't dare to think about it anymore, and he felt very uncomfortable. Who killed Gu Lingqing? She changed the topic. I don't know. Wow, there's still things you don't know. Lu Shuang teased, trying to ignore the discomfort in his heart. So what if he was uncomfortable? There was nothing she could do. Shen Yin held her shoulders, pulled her into his arms, and looked down at her. Lu Shuang didn't dare to think about it anymore. It took all his strength and effort to deal with Shen Yin. What's wrong? There are a lot of things I don't know, such as who wants to kill you and who killed your mother. However, when I find out, I won't let them go. I'll make them wish they were dead, Shen Yin promised. Looking at Shen Yin's serious face, Lu Shuang suddenly had the illusion that they could be together forever. This Shen Yin was very manly. Since when did he become the type of man she liked? She was a little flustered and turned her face away. Shen Yin held her face and made her face him. What? Lu Shuang asked. Just keep me in your mind, Shen Yin said meaningfully. Lu Shuang was slightly surprised. He could read minds. Got it. Baiya's family. She received a call from Lung Shuang and knew the contents of the meeting. Lung Shun, do you know where the formless training base is? Baiya asked worriedly. Yes, it's in the East Forest area of the uninhabited island. Do you need me to send someone there? Lung Shuai asked. Baiya shook his head. It's not appropriate for your people to appear in Shen Yin's area. It's also not appropriate for Ying's people to appear there. I know what to do. Just keep an eye on Sheng Dongsheng. I'll handle the rest. Okay. Also, madam, it's like this. The chief has been missing for a long time. Can we meet him? Everyone's morale is very low, Lung Shuai said. There are other spies in the military area. According to the information I received, those two people have already mixed in with the trusted subordinates. It's too dangerous for Gu Lingqing to meet you now. Let me find a spy first. However, I'll pass on your thoughts, Baiya analyzed rationally. All right, I'll listen to your instructions. I'll continue to give them exams. Thank you for your hard work these days. It's my duty. I also hope to find the problem person as soon as possible. It's going to snow in a few days. Ask your people to be careful when they send it over, Baiya reminded her. Okay, madam, take care of yourself too. Also, will you come to the military area during the new year? Lung Shuai invited. Baiya shook her head. I have my own arrangements. Okay, let's talk again. Lung Shuai hung up the phone. Baiya called Alan. You haven't contacted me for a long time, Alan complained. Baiya also felt quite embarrassed. She always thought of contacting him when something happened. Are you still coming to country? I still owe you a meal. Then I'll buy a plane ticket now, Alan said with a smile. Baiya paused. Really? I'll send someone to pick you up. You've already sent someone to pick me up. I'll definitely come. I don't want you to wait for too long. I'll tell you the time after I buy the plane ticket, Alan said. Baiya realized that he wasn't joking. Oh, okay. I'll contact you when I get there. Huh? Alan laughed. As if he knew everything, he said, Now tell me the real reason why you're looking for me. By his side. I'm sorry for always troubling you. I'm willing to endure hardship. I'm afraid that you won't bother me. I've been waiting for your call for a long time, Alan said gently. You can call me whenever you want. If you need any help, I'll do my best. Because of you, I earn 100 million. I want to buy you a gift. You can't reject it. Tell me, what do you want? Baya heard someone greeting him on the other side of the phone. You should be at the company. She walked out. He wouldn't really cross the ocean just because of a sentence from her, right? That 100 million is what you deserve. But if you want to give me a gift, I'll be too embarrassed to accept it. Let me think. Sing me a song? Baya asked. Alan smiled happily. I hope to sing 10 songs for you. I wonder if I have the honor? That would be my honor, Baya said with a smile. She was the most relaxed when she talked to Alan. He was like a saint, truly perfect. First, tell me why you're looking for me. I'll settle it first. I don't want to be disturbed, and you won't be able to enjoy it. Alan got into the car, and the chauffeur closed the door for him. He whispered to the chauffeur, to the airport. Baya heard it. She had to treat him well this time. After all, she blew up one of his factories. She had the responsibility to find him a profitable project. Well, I want mercenaries. The best. Can you help me contact them? Baya asked. No problem. I'll get them to contact you later. I'll hang up now. Alan hung up. Baya turned around. Xing Buhua stood behind her. His face was dark and a little green. I'm not dead yet, and you're already making me a cuckold. It's not a cuckold. Alan is my friend, Baya explained. Xing Buhua walked towards her. I don't think there's real friendship between a man and a woman. If he didn't like you, he wouldn't be so nice to you. She remembered what Gu Lingxing said a long time ago. She went forward and hugged Xing Buhua. She said softly, I'll only be friends with him. I promise, definitely and definitely. Although Xing Buhua felt uncomfortable, she absolutely believed in her. In her heart, there was only Gu Lingxing. But what if Gu Lingxing died? I'm worried if you're not by my side. I think about you every day and can't do my work properly, Xing Buhua said in a low voice. Baya smiled. I'm a pregnant woman now. Who would think about me? Chapter 599. Your wife is not young. You are thinking too much. How about I shave my head and say that I have become a monk? You can rest assured now, right? Baya said helplessly. You don't have to become a monk. There's no need to become a monk. I'm a minister of foreign affairs now. It's easy for me to let someone in. Besides, I'm a main interviewer. Xing Buhua smiled. Shin doesn't want me to go, Baya said with concern. So you won't go if he doesn't want you to? Xing Buhua asked. I have brought you the answers. Baya found it funny and explained, I have dealt with Xing Dongsheng and now I am dealing with the Minister of Education. The executives should know that I did it. If I enter the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I think there will be a bloodbath. What are you afraid of? With me here, no one will dare touch you, Xing Buhua said with certainty. Baya thought for a while and did not reply immediately. Let me think. I'm not in a hurry. I have to wait for the written test and interview to enter the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. How about we go to the island for the new year? Let's go together. And ask Mom. Baya did not want to leave an old woman alone at home. During the new year, Xing Buhua paused and thought. What's wrong? Baya could see his concerns. We're not like before. The protection on the island is not strong, and it is easy to be exposed, especially during the new year. The soldiers have to go home for the new year. If they don't go home, they will be homesick and their fighting power will decrease. It is best not to leave at this time. What do you think? Xing Buhua analyzed. Baya thought it made sense. Will you come during the new year? Of course. Baya nodded. It would be good to have him with her. This was the first time they had been together. She wanted to be with him. Her phone rang. It was a series of unfamiliar numbers. It was probably from the mercenaries. She picked it up immediately. Hello, Baya. I was introduced by Alan. My name is Kuan, the man said in fluent English. Hello, it's like this. I need you guys to help me protect someone. The situation is quite bad. The area where the other party is located cannot be invaded. Once discovered, you guys might be in danger. I need at least 5 people. Is that okay? Baya asked. Sure. Give us the location and the photos of the people you need to protect. We'll depart now and arrive tonight. Kuan said confidently. Also, I'll pay for your expenses. Alan is just my friend, so you don't have to pay for it, Baya reminded. They didn't ask about the fee. She guessed that Alan was paying again. Is that so? Then you tell Alan. He paid for half a month. I'll hang up first. I'm coming over, Kuan said and hung up the phone. Baya had no choice but to call Alan. Kuan contacted you? Alan guessed. You don't have to pay for me. I have money. How much is it? I'll transfer it to you. You helped me earn 100 million. I'll give you some interest. You don't have to worry about it. If a friend is in trouble, I don't deserve to be your friend if I haggle over such a small amount. Alan said calmly. He stopped her from saying anything. The other meaning was that if she rejected his kindness, she wouldn't be behaving like a friend. Then just take it as a gift. Don't sing, Baya said helplessly. Alan laughed. His laughter came from the other end of the phone. Are you sure you don't want it? Xing Buhua's expression was terrible. He snatched Baya's phone and said, Yes, I'm her boyfriend. That's all. He hung up the phone. Baya was speechless. He's seducing you. I can see that, Xing Buhua explained and threw her phone on the table. Baya covered her mouth and smiled. Although his action was domineering, she felt warm in her heart. Xing Buhua looked at her and smiled. You're still smiling. It's fine if you smile at me, but you're not allowed to smile at others. Baya nodded. She sat on her seat and moved her stool. Xing Buhua sat opposite her tacitly. His knees clamped on hers as if he was punishing her. In fact, he just hoped that she only had him in her eyes. Baya broke into a smile. Xing Buhua was fascinated by her smile. He couldn't help but smile too. He called her silly, but his tone was extremely doting. They graded the papers together. Baya looked at him slowly. It would be great if they worked together in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They could see each other every day and advance and retreat together. Just like what she had hoped for a long time, to become a big tree like Gu Lingqing instead of just hiding under his protection. Very soon, she and Gu Lingqing would live in bliss forever. She hoped that one day, Lu Shuang would also forgive her. Lu Shuang realized that the invisible training base was very far away. The car had been driving for 3 hours, but they still hadn't arrived. She was a little bored. She played games until she felt dizzy and wanted to vomit. She put away her phone and looked at Shaniyan. He closed his eyes and pretended to sleep. She didn't know if he had fallen asleep or not. The light of the setting sun fell on his handsome face. Under the sunlight, his skin was as transparent as jade. If he was a woman, he would probably be charming. She thought of her Debeo. Her Debeo's facial features gradually opened up. Half a year ago, he looked exactly like him. Over the past 6 months, he had grown double eyelids. His eyes were big like hers. They were big and his eyeballs were big, not as coquettish as this guy. However, other parts of his face were still exactly the same as him. Did this mean that he had inherited their strengths? Thinking of Debeo, Lu Shuang's heart softened a little. When their Debeo grew up, his looks would be rare. She wanted to find a daughter-in-law like Baya or Hua Zixing, who was gentle, smart, and graceful. She couldn't find a daughter-in-law like her. That would drive her crazy. Thinking of this, Lu Shuang burst into laughter. Shinian opened his eyes and looked at her. He put his arm around her shoulders and pulled her into his arms. He said in a low voice, "What's so funny? Tell me. I'm thinking, what will our future daughter-in-law look like?" The moment Lu Shuang said it, he realized that he had said something wrong. Wasn't this a hint that their Debeo was still alive? Fortunately, she saw that Shuniyin didn't understand the other meaning behind it. She went along with her and said, "You're right. Forget it. 2 tigers can't live on the same mountain." Shuniyin also chuckled. "So you also know that you're a tigress." "I'm a tigress, and you're a bird." Lu Shuang continued his words. "Didn't you say that you're a tigress? I can say that about myself, but others can't say that about me. Where's my EQ?" Lu Shuang said disdainfully. She pushed him away and looked out of the window. Shinian put his arm around her waist and leaned toward her. He whispered in her ear, "You sleep with a bird every day, so you're a little bird too?" Lu Shuang's face turned red. Chapter 600. He hugged her, and she felt too hot. She twisted her waist and protested, changing the topic. How much longer? We'll be at the end of the world if we keep driving. Soon. We'll be at the dock soon. Dock? Lu Shuang looked at him in shock. We're going to take a boat? Yes. On an uninhabited island. D***MN. Why do you people like to stay on the island? It's far, hard to walk, and dangerous. Lu Shuang complained. Arranging for the exercise on the island. First, it'll be away from the crowd, so it won't disturb and affect the people, and it won't hurt them. Second, it'll be in a closed environment, so the exercise won't be interrupted by many undesirable factors. Third, their actual combat environment will be worse than on the island. So, we'll make it worse during the exercise to train their ability to deal with problems, to make decisions, and to take action, Shunyan explained. They're amazing. Lu Shuang laughed. A long time ago, she wanted to marry a soldier. If it weren't for Shunyan, she would have been a soldier's wife by now. Shunyan looked at her and tapped her nose. Your future husband is their leader, so he's even more amazing. Shouldn't you admire me? Admire? I admire you so much. You can let go of me now. I can't breathe. Lu Shuang pried his hand away and hid his palm. Shunyan hugged her again with a smile and kissed her face. Lu Shuang turned his head away in disgust and pushed his face. Shunyan, you're too clingy. You don't like it? Shunyan asked. Yes. She felt warm because of him. Oh. Shunyan let go of her and sat next to him. He closed his eyes and looked cold. When did he become so easy to talk to? It felt a little abrupt. She leaned over to look at him and placed her hand on his forehead. Are you okay? The corners of Shunyan's mouth turned up. He held her hand and squeezed it in his palm. You're just asking for it. The word, it sounded too ambiguous when it came out of his mouth. Lu Shuang felt embarrassed and covered his mouth. You're talking nonsense. Shunyan smiled happily and let her pull him into her arms. He leaned on her and looked at her with a doting smile in his eyes. Lu Shuang didn't know what she was thinking, but in that instant, she was mesmerized by his good looks. She released his lips, lowered her head, and kissed him on the forehead. Shunyan was not satisfied with the kiss. He hooked the back of her head and led her closer to him and kissed her on the lips. Lu Shuang felt something soft on her lips. His red tongue and upper lip were wrapped around hers. He sucked, released, sucked again, and released again. This guy's kissing skills were so good. She wondered how many women he had trained with. She was in a bad mood. She must have been stupid to have kissed him. She was confused and flustered. Lu Shuang stepped back and looked out of the window anxiously. Shunyan was dazed. She could make him fall in love with her so easily. He sat up and asked, "What's wrong?" Nothing." He could feel her emotions turning cold. He asked worriedly, "Did I hurt you just now? Why don't I let you do it?" Lu Shuang had a strange feeling. "No, we're in the car. Uncle is still here." Lu Shuang pointed at Colonel Chung. Colonel Chung was sitting in the front seat and got shot. In fact, he had also experienced stormy waves in his heart. Previously, the president had given him a feeling of nobility, a strategist, a maturity beyond his age, and a scheming mind. He had the boldness to kill the other party from 1,000 miles away with a wave of his hand. However, since the arrival of Lu Shuang, he felt that the president was not a god, but a hot-blooded man. He was only concealing his youthful charms in his shrewdness, and these were easily exposed in front of Lu Shuang. He was probably the only old official who saw him exposed. It was an honor, an honor. "I'm driving. I can't see anything," Colonel Chung said with a smile. Lu Shuang twitched the corner of his mouth. She felt that he was trying to expose himself. He must have seen everything. Lu Shuang said to Shunyan. Shunyan looked at him and smiled. He saw it. "So what? You're so annoying." Lu Shuang rolled his eyes. "Me or him? You." Shunyan kissed her face, and she pushed him. "Anyway, he hates me." Shunyan grinned, lifted her chin, and kissed her. Lu Shuang dodged again. Why did she feel that he was even more clingy than half a year ago? He was even more clingy than DeBeo. Luckily, they arrived at the dock. Lu Shuang pointed outside. "Look, we're here." "Yeah." Shunyan leaned his face against her and looked outside. How many more hours will it take for us to reach the uninhabited island? Lu Shuang asked. More than 5 hours. Lu Shuang, why the hell did she have to come? Couldn't she just ask him to give her everyone's information? Lu Shuang banged on the window and murmured, "It'll be midnight when we get there." Shen Yin laughed. "Is there anyone lazier than you?" "Yes, there are many." "Yes, you're more diligent than the person who hung the biscuit around his neck. Put on your down jacket, hat, and scarf. It's cold outside. Don't catch a cold." Shen Yin reminded her. Seeing that the car had stopped, she didn't argue with him anymore. She put on her down jacket, hat, scarf, and gloves. The guard opened the car door. Lu Shuang got out of the car. The sea breeze seemed to be able to pass through her thick clothes and touch her skin. It was cold. She shrank her neck and stood aside, waiting for Shen Yin. Shen Yin got out of the car. He was wearing a long black trench coat, a white scarf, and black leather gloves. Underneath, he was wearing a simple suit, vest, and shirt. The moment he got out of the car, the atmosphere changed. She could feel the tension between the guards, and they were all in their best condition. He walked on the red carpet under the guidance of the guards. On both sides of the red carpet, there were soldiers in green military uniforms with guns in their hands. All of them puffed out their chests, looking valiant and high-spirited. Shen Yin had a strong aura. He was noble, graceful, mature, reserved, and steady. He was like a different person from when he was in the car just now. He walked towards the cruise ship. Lu Shuang immediately followed him. She was now a respectful little follower, Shen Yin's assistant. Shen Yin got on the ship and turned to look at her. She was not a pretentious person. She jumped on the ship without hesitation, looked at him, and adjusted her clothes. Could it be that she shouldn't have jumped? He looked at her dumbfounded expression, but her eyes were lively. He had the urge to hug her. You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.